Tom Six is Marty, and he's conferenced his consumer in as well for the update. So there's two people on that line.
October Museum of Nature and Science proudly presents its newest exhibit. And discover how they've adapted to survive by slowing down. Visit dmns.org for more info.
630 KHEL, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Put Tom in the promo code. Get 30% off. They even have cosmetic line now, like eye serum with anti-inflammatory properties from CBD. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Now, remember, Tom in the promo code, 30% off. Let's go to Smarty Marty. He's got a follow-up with one of our cases that has to do with One Solar. This was a while ago, I believe. And, Marty, I believe you have the consumer on the phone with you?
Yes, we have David B. with us.
Good morning, Tom.
Hey, hi. Was this the... Okay, go ahead with the solar system. I'm just trying to figure out. We have so many solar problems. I'm just trying to bring it down to the one.
David?
First of all,
go ahead.
First of all, I'd like to thank Marty for his due diligence in aiding both sides in this issue. We have hopefully a resolution where they have a called me now with a scheduled appointment to come out on Friday. RC, who is the regional manager out of Colorado Springs for One Solar, will be here with a crew. My only concerns is the solar panels are scratched. RC told me that he was going to touch them up. I explained to him that's not what I paid for. It's not going to be acceptable. I'd ask for new panels.
Where are they scratched? Wait, where are they scratched?
There's a frame underneath the solar panels, and the foreman used a cordless sawzall to cut the frame, and instead of lifting the panel up, he just went right along the panel and just scratched the panel, the side of the panel, everywhere he made a cut.
What was the original issue? What was the original issue?
Here. Well, go ahead, Dave, the original issue.
What was the original issue you called about?
Yeah, the original issue was we started in April 1st is when we signed the contract of 2021. It wasn't until the first week or second week in August that they installed the solar panels, digging a 600-foot trench, leaving it bare open to date after failing 4 city inspections.
So why were they having so many problems? What was their explanation, Deputy Smarty Pants? Why were they having such a hard time?
I didn't get that side of the story. My job here, because there was 2 sides, I heard David's side, and then I heard their side.
Which is exactly what I just asked. What was their side on why it took so long?
I just got them together for this Friday.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay, they just said, they kind of said that they've been trying to work with David.
Yeah.
And they haven't gotten together. It's my opinion, David, you tell me if this is right or wrong. Has there been a lot of cancellations on your end of appointments?
That is incorrect. You see, I'm retired. I'm home almost 24/7.
Okay, so here's the bottom line, Smarty. When do they say they're going to get together with him?
This Friday.
Good. Let's just see what happens. So you want all of the panels replaced because they used a sawzall to cut the frames?
No, sir. I would just ask that the panels that are damaged from the sawzall be replaced.
Are they damaged in such? Are they damaged?
I counted 6.
Are they damaged in such a way that they're not going to generate electricity, or are they cosmetically damaged where they won't be seen? I'm just curious. Now, would they be seen up on that roof? Or no, you have them ground mounted, right?
Yes.
Okay. And are they?
Anybody that walks by would see it, Tom.
And it looks.
And my metaphor is, I paid $36,000 for this solar. Same price I would pay for a car at a car dealership. When I go to pick it up, if I saw that there were scratches that were covered up with touch-up paint, it would be unacceptable. not what I paid for.
Well,
That's
okay.
my metaphor.
All right, I get it. So we're going to wait till Friday to see. Have they indicated?
Well,
have they indicated they're going to replace those panels?
Not sure, Tom.
Unsure yet. But I do have upper management. They might call in the show tomorrow.
Good. Okay, thank you, Marty. Now, here's the thing. Do you know how many times this happens? And again, I go back and forth. It is true that new is new is new. Is perfection something we should demand? If you had solar panels that were sitting outside in an open area and there were scratches, I'm wondering how badly are they scratched? I'd like to actually see it because there is a reasonable amount of imperfection. I know, trust me when I tell you this. There is a reasonable amount of imperfection we all have to live with. A reasonable amount. That doesn't mean you accepted granite countertops with glaring errors or chips. That doesn't mean you accept a solar panel that looks like crap. But does anyone understand what I mean by an acceptable amount of imperfection? Do you know what I mean, Mark?
Yeah,
Seriously.
It really depends on what it is. But
that's exactly right. It depends. Give an example of what you mean.
Well, if it was a car that had a scratch
or a window, or a window.
Yeah, I'd have an issue with
that.
But a solar panel,
I'm wondering if David would be kind enough, Suze, if he could send us maybe a couple pics of the imperfections in context. I would love to see them. Now, don't make it so microscopically close we can't see the forest for the trees. I want to see close and wide shots. I would just like to get an idea of what it looks like. Thank you, Smarty Marty. Appreciate that. Now, Luba, on the car purchase, you have a warranty. It is a 90-day warranty. What does it cover is the question. Now, Suze sent it to me, and it says a warranty. Is that the only thing she has with warranty? All right, I'm going to tell you what this warranty says. I want to give myself more time. Okay, so hold on. Kate, hold on, Luba. I will come back to you. Katie, go ahead. What's happening?
Hi, hello. I'm also just kind of a question on protocol and who's liable in the situation. I was parked at the Chicard Hotel in Cherry Creek North last Thursday evening. I parked my car in the valet at 6:45. 2-3 hours later, they returned my car to me, and they're like, hey, we have a small issue. My back passenger window was shattered, broken out. Okay.
How did that happen, Katie? How did that happen?
Well, he's like, we don't know what happened. It was parked against a wall. We have no clue. And I looked inside, and I had come straight from work, so I was there for a work dinner. I had my laptop, like my work bag. In there.
Oh no!
It was in a Louis Vuitton briefcase.
Oh my God! You had a Louis Vuitton where you had a Louis Vuitton in the backseat where somebody could see it.
It was on the floor.
Okay.
So, and I am well aware, here's my thought, I am well aware of not leaving items in my car.
No,
I'm thinking, I'm in valet in Cherry Creek North.
You know what, Katie? You're not the only one who thinks that way. So hold on, because we've analyzed this dozens of times. Hang on, I'll come right back to you, and then we're going to look at this warranty for Luba.
Yeah, but there it is, right there. It says right here what it's.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, she said nothing, literally nothing.
But Mark, it's pretty clear the throttle body's not the engine, not the transmission, not the transmission.
Where do you see that?
Systems included, right there. Systems covered. Look at it.
This is all I got.
Look at it. Systems covered, right there. You'll see it. Bottom left. Systems covered.
Engine, transmission.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there still should be a copy of the fucking warranty, though.
But there isn't.
Just, okay, we got it.
Okay, I spoke to the massage place. So whenever we have a bill in there, but one moment. I mean, we're really busy now, so.
warmer for tomorrow with a high of 63.
All right, we're solid now, Mr. Mega.
We weren't? This is bullshit. We weren't?
The Facebook, the Facebook was up, but the YouTube channel, I couldn't get the right account.
Family member. Still a chance at
Okay, guys.
There's always a Murdoch's gift card. Hurry in. Sale ends soon.
Blake Harris Law. That is a very important call to make because it's a free call with free legal advice from Blake Harris. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. I'll give you that number in a minute here. Blake Harris can help you decide what you need for an adequate estate plan. Everyone needs something. He's worked with me. He's worked with Mark and Suzanne, their parents. He's worked with my friends and neighbors. Blake Harris Law, you can trust him for solid advice and action when you need it. Flat rates for what he does for you and free legal advice. 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Buy and build. Oh, my goodness. You know, I just get happy when I talk about buy and build. I love going there, walking around. I love going there because buyandbuild.net is a place with below wholesale prices on all kinds of fun stuff for kitchen and bath, with cabinets, vanities, countertops, sinks, faucets, bath hardware and accessories, plumbing fixtures, lighting. You can send your contractor there for below wholesale. You can go with your contractor. I did that once. Or you can have buy and build kitchen and bath do a turnkey. They did one for me where they installed all the cabinets. And you'll never get it done better and cheaper. And I-25, you go a little west on Alameda than south on La Pan. It's so easy. Buyandbuild.net, 303-295-6022. Sheridan Auto Tech, everything you want in an auto repair place. Everything. Honesty, integrity, longevity, knowledge, experience, value, and friendliness from Uncle Kevin. Sheridan Auto Tech. He treats his family, his customers like family. That's why I call him Uncle Kevin. On Colfax and Lakewood, just west of Wadsworth on Havana, and Aurora, just south of 6th. It's even worth the drive. From general maintenance, repairs, major, minor, and electrical issues. 303-455-7242, 455-7242, SheridanAutoTech.com.
Did you hear the latest news on the Broncos?
In case you missed it, you can get all Denver sports-related news at DenverGazette.com. The Denver Gazette is Colorado's #1 choice for everything Broncos football, Nuggets basketball, and Avalanche hockey. We're covering the latest news, scores, schedules, stats, and more for all pro sports. For the latest coverage on your hometown teams, visit DenverGazette.com today.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of our new Fast Track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 2.375 rate and APR with no closing costs on a 15-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you've refinanced in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 2.375 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast.
Do we have a private eye for finding people?
So call today, 844-425-3669.
Is he no good?
That's
he's all right.
425-3669.
I mean, Suzanne knows more about it than I do.
844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844-425-3669.
3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender. Rate subject to change.
You love technology, you just don't understand it. Luckily, the Tech Stuff podcast can help. Join tech enthusiast Jonathan Strickland as he explores the people, the companies, and the technology that affects our lives and culture. Along the way, you'll learn about all kinds of tech stuff.
Lasers are really fascinating. They're also really complicated. That little dot your cat loves to chase around is possible because of some incredible technology.
Listen to Tech Stuff on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, look, another pipe leak.
I thought Mr. Fix-A-Leak fixed that.
I thought you did too. And now there's a slab leak.
A slab leak?
It's time to call Repipe Specialists. Repipe Specialists can repipe our whole house and guarantee no leaks for life.
Got leaks? Repipe Specialists can repipe your whole house and guarantee no leaks for life. Call 303-228-2910 for a free in-home estimate and pay nothing down and no payments or interest for a year. That's 303-228-2910 or visit repipe.com.
of the year.
It's Biden's worst time of the
This is
year.
Brett Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans. Credit card balances won't be the only thing going up in the new year. Rates will rise as well. Don't miss out on your chance to save. 303-867-7000 or online, idealhomeloans.com.
It's the most expensive time of the year.
King Soopers is proud to call Colorado home since 1947. Last year, with your help, we donated food and funds to local hunger relief efforts, providing more than 9 million fresh, healthy meals to our neighbors in need. Of course, we couldn't do it without our more than 21,000 King Soopers associates. That's why we continue to feed their future, investing in hourly pay, healthcare, and retirement. Because together, we're better. Thank you for supporting your King Soopers family and Colorado communities.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303
713-TALK, 713-8255. You can text the show. All you do is put Tom in the message, in front of the message to 57739, 57739. Okay, so two things. Let's go back to Katie on the valet. A valet is responsible for any theft, damage, or vandalism done to your car if they contributed to it or were negligent and caused it.
And that's kind of what, so this happened Thursday.
So in other words, Katie, in other words, most of the time they're not responsible unless they hold out to you that they are. In other words, if you create a bailment where they say we have a secured lot, it's guarded, protected, blah blah blah, or you ask and they lie to you and they don't, then they're negligent or they're breaching their contract with you, their bailment. Or if the guy called his friend and said there's a Louis Vuitton in the back seat, go get it. Or if, anything like that. But it's so difficult, Katie, that most of the time you go to your insurance, and if it's a really big item, the insurance would investigate it and look to subrogate. But normally they're not responsible for what they're not responsible for, which is theft, which is someone who broke the law. It's really hard.
So much. I think my question, and that what you said kind of explains this. It's not even the items that were missing. It's more of you took my car. You were in trust of my car. You had my keys. They parked my car in a blind spot from the cameras, and my window's broken, and no one wants to even offer to pay my deductible.
Well,
why not take him to small claims court?
You know what? The one thing you said, are you sure it was parked in an area where there was no camera coverage?
So they looked at the cameras because I filed a police report that evening. And the valet attendant, he goes, I'm trying to look at the cameras, but I'll be honest, I'm not the best at navigating the cameras. But I was and I saw where it was parked. I was parked on a bend. He goes, it looks, it's your car is kind of parked in a blind spot. And there was a $250,000 Tesla in front of me. I have a Jeep Laredo, a Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. They passed up. And this is where I'm wondering if it's an inside job, because they passed up decked out Range Rovers, Teslas for my little Jeep.
Well, they obviously looked in the windows. Somebody did. But here's the thing, Katie. Yeah. It's really, did they promise you they had camera surveillance? You see, that's the thing. Did they promise you they had security? Look on your valet ticket. What does it say? I'll bet you it says they're not responsible for it. Listen, sure small claims court could not hurt. How much are we talking about? $6,000?
That's about what, because
that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. You could use your argument that you entrusted your car. Now, if they're smart, they're going to say she entrusted her car with conditions. In other words, what if a hailstorm came? What if a hailstorm came and pummeled your car? Would you hold them responsible?
No.
Why?
It's an act of nature.
Right. Or it's beyond their control. That's another way of saying it.
Right.
So is crime, unless Maybe you can ask police. Have there been a lot of crimes around there? Should they have? Then you could maybe go for negligence. They should have had somebody looking or guarding the lot. There's plenty of arguments to be made, but you have to have some form of evidence. Now, on the other hand, if they promised you undercover parking and it was pummeled by hail, see, now it changes. They breached their agreement with you. So what I would do, Katie, the very first thing I would do is I would see from police, you say, look, I just had an issue. I want to know, out of curiosity, if this is common at that lot. Find out. If it is, you might have a good argument that they should have had stepped up security. 303-713-TALK. Luba, we have your warranty in front of us. It is on the buyer's guide, and it is not a separate warranty unless you got one. But it does say the dealer will pay 0 labor and 0 parts that fail. So it says 0, okay? It says, but there, I don't even understand. It says parts covered, but it says they will pay 0. So I don't understand it at all. It says 0. That's what it says. 0 labor, 0 parts that failed during the warranty period. During the warranty period. Ask the dealer for a copy of the warranty or for any documentation to explain warranty coverage, exclusions, blah, blah, blah. Then here's what it says. Systems covered. Engine, transmission, transfer case, drive axles, water pump, starter, alternator, fuel pump. Now, here's what I want to tell you. First and foremost, what they're saying to you is those systems are covered, but they're not going to pay any money at all. So you're not covered. But even if you were covered, it would not cover your throttle body.
Yeah.
So
but it's part of the engine. This is what I can't understand. It's part of the engine.
It's an okay. Actually, that could be argued. You're right. It could be argued as part of the engine. But normally when they say engine, they mean internally lubricated parts. But I can't make that argument because it's vague. It's ambiguous. Look, it's worth it. Again, I don't say small claims because it's not worth us getting involved, but it isn't worth us getting involved because he's just going to say it's not covered. So now it comes down to what's part of an engine. Let's ask Jeff Vick, ask Kevin Calkin if they consider a throttle body part of the engine if it says a warranty covers the engine. If it's ambiguous.
Okay, Tom, I have another.
Yeah.
I bought the car because it only had 50,000 miles. It's a 2004. It was in a perfect shape. I tried to argue that it was overpriced. And he said, well, I'm selling it to you because it's such a great shape. And I've got the Carfax that says there's no problem on anything. The only thing that it says, because it has been inspected by a collision.
Well, what argument are you trying to make?
She's trying to make the dealer's argument.
I don't get what you're what Luba. You said something about you thought you overpaid. That's not something to sue over. If you overpaid.
He told me this car was in perfect shape, and it looked in a perfect shape.
Luba, do you have proof? If we call him, will he say, absolutely, I promised that car was in perfect shape?
Well, that's what he told me. And told
will he admit that car was in perfect shape? Because if he does, if he says, yes, I promised that car was in perfect shape, if he says that, then we can get then we can get you covered.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to call him. Okay, Deputy Doc. She says the mechanic said to her that car, not the mechanic, the salesperson, that car was in perfect shape. Now she's spending $3,000 on a throttle body. So what I'd like to know is, did they make that claim that it was in perfect shape? Would you ask him? Now, so Luba, that means that you don't have on your warranty as is, right? There's no wording on there that says it's as is. Is that right?
No, I don't. But
okay, good. Go ho. I need her to send her sales documents because she said it does not say as is. Look, I'm building proof for her. She says the sale doc does not say as is. If she can prove that to me, and I can get that guy to admit that he said it was in perfect shape, we've already won. We've already won. Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech. This warranty is half-assed. It just says systems covered. Engine, transmission, transfer case, drive axles, water pump, starter, alternator, and fuel pump. Now, that's very, very specific. Would a throttle body be covered under any of those?
Probably not. In fact, definitely not, because it's a bolt-on. So it's not internally lubricated. It's not electrical. Yeah, it's a separate component.
All right, so now we got all kinds. Thank you. Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, 303-45. Well, hold on. I want to make sure I got that number. It doesn't look right to me. I don't know. It could be me. Sheridan Auto Tech. Yes, it's 303-455-7242. Now, here's the deal. She's got this going for her. Deputy Doc. First, ask the dealer what the hell they mean that these systems are covered, yet it says the dealer pays 0 parts and 0 labor. We're just curious. What does that mean? Why even check warranty? Because the warranty covers nothing. It says 90 days or 3,000 miles, limited, and the limitation is they pay nothing. Second, did they tell her it was in perfect shape? And third, does it say as is on the paperwork? All of that coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by College Invest.
Some lingering slow traffic on I-70.
I don't. Did you see the warranty?
No.
Are you just calling?
Well, I want to get the sales thing. See if it says as is.
Well, it doesn't matter. All I want to know is I want to know what the dealer means by this warranty.
Okay.
Look, the warranty says dealer warranty. Limited warranty. Dealer will pay 0 parts, 0 labor. 0 label, 0 parts for 90 days. 0. And this is what covered. So what the fuck does that mean? I don't even know what that means. It says 0.
Right.
And it says their system's covered. And I'd like to know if he told her, I'm not trying to get this guy to look bad. I want to know, did he say it was in perfect shape?
Open the College Invest savings account by December 31st and qualify for a Colorado tax deduction. CollegeInvest.com.
Here are 2 health-related products
that will change your life. One, core scans. You've heard me talk about it. Many people have asked me about it. And yes, I had it done. And yes, there was some soft plaque, probably from heredity. And I reversed it. I stopped it, and it's reversing. For $150, you can get a gift certificate right now, print it out, or have it emailed to someone, or do it for yourself. The gift of life. Hey, put it in a Christmas card or have it emailed. The gift card is only $150 for an ultrasound scan of your carotid artery that detects soft plaque. 98% of the time, this mirrors your cardiovascular system. It's the most accurate, low-cost diagnostic method for heart disease and risk of stroke. But the best news is there is something you can do about it, and insurance will cover it. CoreScans.com, no E, C-O-R, CoreScans.com. Please do it. 720-740-2663. Do it for someone you love. 720-740-2663. The other medical thing, Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine. This is first hand from me. I promise you, I'm telling you the truth on all of these things. Like I had this done too. They got me out of pain. What can I say? It's true. They got me out of pain. Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine. And I cannot say enough about these people. All you have to do is call them. And they're covered by most insurance. In fact, I don't know any insurance that doesn't cover them. Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine. And all you do is call 303-GOT-PAIN to get out of pain today. 303-GOT-PAIN. If you're fixing up a house, you want floor coverings, you can have someone come to you with a vast array of what you're interested in, and those experts are Buddy and Karen Mitchell and their team, Simply Floors, Inc., Lease.com. You don't get better service or better products because all the products are the same no matter where you go, but you get better pricing at simplyfloorsinc.com. Make your own appointment, simplyfloorsinc.com.
This holiday season, give your family the gift of good health. How you guys doing, Ross?
Two-time Super Bowl champion, three-time Pro Bowler, Ring of Famer with the Denver Broncos. You got dumbbells, you got fitness equipment, you got treadmills, you got bikes, you got it in stock.
He always has a shitty
grin on his face. Came from a big box because he likes shit. Space, look great, but this wasn't functional. So you know what happened? Didn't get used. The great thing about getting new stuff to my home is made me want to use it.
You know, I actually thought way back, he'd make a good president. This is way before, I don't know why. I don't know why I thought that.
Delusion.
Did you have an idea he might be?
I fucking knew I did.
You did?
I don't like people that have been in office their entire life. I don't care who they are. I like when people just show up.
Do what they're going to do and go on about their business.
Look at Bernie Sanders. Who are they going to put up? Who are the Democrats going to put up next?
They're not going to go. There's no way they're going to go that lefty again.
Are they going to go Biden?
I doubt it. It'll be contested. I don't think he wants to run. No, there's no way she can win.
Why?
She just can't. She's doing a horrible job. Her ratings make Biden look great.
Hi there, from Barry Miller.
People don't even trust the words she says. She's had to do one thing, fix the border. She's done
Herschel Walker can win in Georgia.
Yes. Have you heard? I think Herschel Walker
He's a smart dude. I never knew he was smart. I never knew he was smart. Did you? I didn't know that. I mean, I never heard from him before. You just saw this big lug man. He's like this, You think he's a football head. I actually hear this guy, and I thought, holy shit, But then again, he went to college. I mean, he's well educated, but I never got the impression. Wait, is Herschel the one that got out of college and ran and went into the NFL? Wasn't he the one that skipped?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. Because he didn't want to get hurt or something. I don't remember. But anyway, all I know is the dude's smart, and I was shocked. Not just because of football. I mean, not too many football players are that smart.
Integra Insurance for the right answers. It's that simple. Integra Insurance. They'll help find the best plan for you and never a charge to consumers. Online at IntegraInsurance.com or 303-466-5500. Health insurance made simple and smart. That's 466-5500.
Do you want to be a hero for the holidays? How about getting your loved one a new iPhone? That's right. Pure Talk has iPhone 12 starting at $479
Did you know New York,
through the end of the year.
You're not going to believe
And
this. New York
sure,
City
they have
passed a law
13s too.
for
Switch to Pure Talk.
voting.
Great nationwide.
Yeah, you don't have to be a citizen.
Yeah, it'll be challenged. Who cares up to it's New York City? Everybody's fucking. Pretty soon it'll be nothing.
Hold on, you have to have lived there 30 days. No citizenship, and you can vote.
Plus, with Pure Talk's 30-day risk-free guarantee, you've got nothing to lose. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. And like I said, the iPhone 12, just $479. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill50, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Plus, save on a new phone. That's pound 250, say Jill50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless. Some restrictions apply. See site for details.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I want to remind you, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, free market valuations of your home for the asking. And you won't get a better job. It'll be like a 14-page report with pictures and measurements and comparables. Way better than just an appraisal because he says what it will sell for based on his experience. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Okay. Now, Tony, I know that we had someone on the referral list. We also had some other private eyes that could help. Mark, do you recall who we used to use for missing people? Tony, is this a missing person or is this an old friend or what is this, Tony?
No, sir. It's an old friend, my best childhood friend, and I hadn't seen him or heard from him in like 40-some years. And
where did you grow up? And where did you grow up and know this person?
In Milwaukee, and he showed me a lot of stuff as we were kids in sports and all that. Real good friend. and he moved to North Carolina, and I lost contact with him then. And
where in North Carolina?
Last I remember, it was Raleigh, High Point, North Carolina. And
Raleigh.
He had a brother named High Point, North Carolina.
Okay. And
the reason was I had a close call here.
How old will this guy be? I can't hear. You're cutting in and out, Tony. Hey, Suze, do we have anybody? We used to have so many good people that would be privatized. Do you remember we had the friendly ghost I called him? Remember him? Casper?
Oh, yeah.
Then we had Arsenio, I think his name was Arsenault. Yeah, a guy named Arsenault. Then we had Jeff, who went on to be in real estate. Jeff, Eagle Investigate. All of these guys. Huh?
I have a guy, Tom, that I refer out, but he's not on the list. He's just an angel listener, ex-cop guy who does it on the side. So,
is he one of the guys that helps donate to people? He's one of those good guys. For some reason,
he's a good guy, but I
okay. Now here's the deal. Here's the deal. We need to get a good private eye again. Tony, Suze has somebody that she has referred to before. Suze, what is his forte? Do you know?
I don't. He used to be a cop, and he's out of the business and is just doing PI work on the side, is my understanding, Tom. He's just a big show fan.
Okay, Tony, she'll give you that information. Meanwhile, people, listen to this. If you know a good private detective or you're in private investigations, will you call us? We have lost touch with good PIs right now, and we need to fill that category. So give us a call. You can call 303-MARTINO, get right through. Plus, call with problems, questions, complaints.
Hey, it's Ross. For folks who've been dealing with
degenerative disorders, things like Parkinson's or MS, and other medical issues that can impact your voice, I want to make sure you know that Dr. David Opperman of the Colorado Voice Clinic is here to help you. If one of these ailments is causing the volume of your speaking voice to decline, maybe even to the point where you just don't speak anymore because you're tired of people asking you to repeat yourself, get in touch with Dr. Opperman. He can probably help. Get started at ColoradoVoiceClinic.com.
Joe Lazzara is a name I use a lot here because we use him for advice on the show when people get accused of a crime. He's a criminal defense attorney. And right now, I know most of you, you're not facing a crime or a DUI, but you may in the future, or you may have a friend or a neighbor. It's something that happened. I had two instances recently of software people who gave me extraordinary customer service. Two different cases that never before. I didn't even fucking, you know what I mean? I just put in a trouble ticket thinking nothing's going to happen. In each case, they solve a problem. The most extraordinary one, when I get this on my plugins, they say, well, give us a screenshot of what you see here. I'm thinking, oh, it's all bullshit. And then give us a screenshot of your plugins and where they reside on your computer. And I did it. Guy writes back and says, I wrote this, listen to this, I wrote this little ditty here. You click on it, and it was the real company, so I didn't think they'd kill my computer. Click on it, it's going to automatically go into our plugins and flash the cache. They think you're on the old system. And I sure as hell did it. And here's what happened when I clicked it. It went like this, flash, just like that, literally, yeah, just like nothing. So I did it again to make sure, and then I went in and everything worked. It was just something that you just don't expect. You know what I'm saying? Customer service has never meant to me customer service. It's like it's usually an explanation as to, well, we've not seen this before, or you're wrong, or okay. The other one was I never thought he'd help on this. I fucking got a service. Troubleshooter.com. I put 10. The reason I know that is when I went to recover my password, they didn't recognize my email. So then I said, I make a mistake once in a while. So I did it, and it said, okay, it was sent to your address. So I said, Mikey, how do I get Troubleshooter? He says, never. He said, if they put T. Martin at Troubleshooter.com, it'll go into a bin for us, or even asshole at Troubleshooter.com. We get domains that are, but it has to be our domain. Right. And Troubleshooter is in cyberspace. Nobody gets it. So there's nothing I can do. So I wrote to the guy and said, well, I signed up with this email address, and it's not me. This is me. And he wrote back and said, okay, I corrected it. I mean, it was that simple. So it's just weird. I guess it was close enough, T. Martino. I mean, troubleshooter. So it was just, but 2 times in a row, and that was all have to do with a new computer because it did recognize my computer. But I think I at a time that customer service and all that shit is an all-time low, it was just so pleasant to experience that. You know what else? When I go to IHOP and there's this young girl who's working her ass off to give good service, you're thinking to yourself, there's nothing at all motivating. You know what I mean? It ain't the money, and I know these people can't be big tippers, and you just feel so appreciative when you see that, you know, don't you? And then the worst thing, I hate when fucking people treat these kids like assholes. You know, my eggs are dry, blah, blah, blah.
I've actually tipped people as I'm walking past while other people are treating their shit.
Yeah. Me too. I tip on the card, but I over tip those kids. I fucking over tip them and I write them a little note.
You all right, Mr. Mugger?
Oh yeah.
K-How News Time, 11:03.
A house fire in Littleton sends 6 people to the hospital.
South Metro says people in the house reported a gas smell, then an explosion before the fire started in the basement. The blast knocked out the home's windows. The house is near South Broadway and Orchard and is a short-term rental. South Metro says the 6 patients went to the hospital in stable condition. All are expected to survive.
Laura Hatch reporting investigators have confirmed a gas leak at the home. DIA opens a COVID vaccine booster clinic for employees and passengers for 6 days.
DIA is opening a COVID vaccine booster clinic.
Yeah, right there.
From 1 to 7, appointments are required. And playoff hopes still alive for the Orange and Blue. The Broncos beat the Lions 38-10.
By the way, I went pain fucking free. I mean, totally pain free. So I got some notes because I worked out Thursday and then Saturday. So here's my theory. I'm always going to be in fucking pain if I work out. Yet working out's supposed to be good for you. So
that's true though with everybody.
I know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not in like real like you. I'm not in that pain, but you know that soreness and shit.
My fucking leg are
I think your body would get used to it where you don't get in pain, but it doesn't.
Making your way towards MLK Junior Boulevard. So just watch for some slower traffic there. Fox 31 pinpoint weather dry today, a high of 56. Tonight's low drops to 27. And then a bit of a warm up for tomorrow with a high of 63. Currently, it's 47. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 K-How.
The Denver Museum of Nature and Science proudly presents its newest exhibit, Survival of the Slowest. Explore dozens of habitats with live animals and discover how they've adapted to survive by slowing down. Visit dmns.org for more info.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now, but if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness,
I struck out, man. With Jeff Vick's machinist. I gotta find a fucking machinist.
Why? You can't do it?
It's too delicate. They have different lathes. Deputy Clint can do it, but he can't do it for weeks and weeks.
What are you trying to do?
I have a little tin cup, steel cup, and that steel cup has a hole in the bottom. You put a spark plug in the cup, it sticks out the bottom, then you screw it into the engine. It isolates the plug. The reason is, it's just the way it has to be done that way for these particular plugs because the cowling comes so close that you need to shield it. It's just that easy. It's a cup. And the top of the cup has a little screw top. That cup, the bottom where the part routed out. So now, you know, the spark plug goes right through it. I need to put a new bottom on it. But you got to cut that off and put a new one on. They say all their shit will melt it. I got to find a machinist.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget waterpros.net for the best water systems. That's all I can say. The best at the lowest prices ever. I love Paul the Waterman and his team. Free water testing, and they won't panic you either. They tell you the truth. Free water testing. 303-862-5554. And the lowest price water systems anywhere. Softening for the whole house under $2,000. Water fountain under $1,000. Wally's got a comment on solar panels. John wants to talk about filing a lien. He needed a little help. Deputy Doc just got back from a conference call I heard he was on with that car buyer with that jacked up warranty. And he has another follow as well. So what I want to talk to is Wally right now. And then I'm asking people if they know a private detective or private investigator, a PI, somebody who can help us. We just need one for the show from time to time. And maybe they want to, we'll give you some publicity. Maybe you can help us out. We can refer cases to you. So if anybody knows a private detective, give us a call at 303-MARTINO. Hey, Wally, you have a comment on the solar panel call. The guy said, this one solar, whatever the hell they were, he says he was tired of waiting. And then he said the panels were cosmetically damaged and scratched a little. Suze, the guy never sent us photos or pics of those solar panels. I wanted to see them. Anyway, what's your comment on that, Wally?
Well, being in the roofing business, I deal with solar panels. Sometimes the frames on those are all aluminum and they're all pre-finished. And if the guy scratched them up, there's possibility he also cut into the aluminum when he took off the finish. And that would be like me taking pre-finished metal and flashing a chimney out, and we scratch the metal all up, and we just say, oh, well, that's the way it is. I agree with the guy. He paid $30-some thousand for this. If the guy was careless with the Sawzall when he was doing his cutting and he messed them up, they should be replaced.
Thank you, Wally.
That's my opinion.
I appreciate that, Wally, because I asked, when can you accept minor imperfections? Is it ever acceptable? But Wally's saying it could be a matter of integrity. Integrity, because once you get that finish off of there, that could start corroding. All right, John. You're a contractor, John. You called me last week, right?
Yes.
And what kind of work do you do, John?
HVAC.
And didn't you say you have a small business, but you're owed some money?
Yes.
Were you subcontracting for another guy?
Yes. No, not really. I was doing it myself to my landlord.
Now, you sent the invoices, and
correct.
I had a question on the invoices, but they're not perfect, but they don't have to be. But he might challenge them. You need to now file a lien. And I can't help you. I can help you get help to file a lien, but it isn't as complicated as you think. Okay?
Okay.
And so sometimes you can get an attorney to help you. Do we have an attorney that can help him file a mechanics lien?
I'm sure we have lots that could.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be the easiest way. But if you go onto the Internet, there are plenty of downloads and articles on filing that lien. So you could do there's one website here that people have used that I know, and it's mechanics liens done right. You put a zip code in, you start my lien. You don't pay a lot of money for it at all, and you just fill it out, okay? And all you have to do is fill it out with the right information, and then this makes the lien for you. So if you want to do it, it's called Level Set. It works pretty well. Now, there's more than just this one, okay? And it's all about a lien. So you put in the zip code, it gets to the right state, it fills it in for you, okay? It doesn't give you legal advice or anything. You just fill it in. And if you go, I believe you can go to levelset.com levelset.com. Let me see if that brings me to it. Levelset.com. Yes, levelset.com. Yep. And however, the one for lien rights, you have to tool down to the right one. The one I had was there. If you put app in front of it, it actually is better. It's app.levelset.com, and it will give you all. So if you go app.levelset.com, it actually is it's probably the best you can do. File a lien. It's $349. Now, maybe an attorney might not even charge that much. I don't know. You may want to call, who should he call on our list? Either John Davis or...
I think even David Salisbury would do that.
David Salisbury could do that. Or...
Brian. O'Brien Legal Services.
O'Brien, of course. O'Brien Legal Services, our real estate attorney. John, try them. Suze will give you those numbers. So filing a lien is basically you say you're going to file it. I mean, you give them a notice, then you file it. And you don't screw around when they owe you money. You just don't screw around. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, we have open lines for the first time this morning. You can get right through with problems, questions, complaints. Deputy Doc, let's go to you. And let's go back to that most recent one. You do have a couple follows, but let's go back to that one who she said, I bought a car, and it really, he said it was in perfect shape, and I had a warranty, and the warranty's not covering it, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Bottom line is, I wanted to know, Luba said she had a 90-day warranty. And I want to know if that dealer could explain the warranty, because on the warranty itself, which is part of the buy order, it says limited warranty. It says dealer will pay 0 parts, 0 labor for 90 days. That literally says that. And here are the parts covered. And the throttle body, by the way, is not part of it. So no matter what, I don't think they'd have to cover it. But I was more curious. How could this dealer justify that warranty? Did he explain it?
Yeah, he said somewhere in the paperwork it says there's $1,000 that they will pay towards it's a limited warranty up to $1,000, and somewhere in the paperwork that's there. And you heard.
Why did she think that she had a full warranty?
I don't know, but he said it's clearly written that there's $1,000 warranty.
And he said, however, the throttle body would not be covered.
Right. Now, the guy sounded very reasonable. He said, look, I never said it was a perfect car. There are no perfect used cars.
He never said that. What did she say? Because I know he wouldn't admit that. People, when you think you have a perfect car, ask them to put that in writing. Say, please put that down on the contract. This is a perfect car. Do you think they will? Of course they won't. Okay, what else? Go ahead.
And he understood the problem, and he said, look, she got a bid for $3,200 on the throttle body. He said, look, I have a guy, that will probably do it for much, much less. Why don't you bring it in? Let's see if we can knock some money.
Okay, well, at least he can help him with that,
and
right?
He's going to try and help her with that.
How did she feel about that?
She's going to do it. $3,200. I don't, I'm not an auto guy, so I don't know if that's a lot of money.
A throttle body, $3,200. That sounds like, I don't know, Mark. Does it sound like a lot for you?
I don't know.
But he said anyway, to him it sounded like a lot, and he's going to have somebody do it for much less.
At the risk of wearing out our welcome, let's call our Jeff Vick or Kevin or one of our experts and ask them about a throttle body, approximately what that price would be on a 2004 Jag. Just what would it be approximately, if she even needs it? Let's find out.
And I also spoke to Hand and Stone Massage, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, I do. Coming back, we'll talk about that. GenesisSolarCO.com. You heard a call we had about solar. Genesis has aligned with a manufacturer that gives a 20-year warranty on all parts and all components and a 20-year production guarantee. That's from the manufacturer. And then we have the local company, Genesis, who you can depend on. The same people that have Genesis Total Exteriors has GenesisSolarCO.com. And you can get a 20-minute evaluation. They'll call you back in 20 minutes without even coming to your home to tell you if you're a good candidate and what you can expect in savings. So freeze your electric bill. Get tax credits. Own the system. 303-474-4317. 474-4317.
Okay. So apparently this is a Jaguar S5, a really unusual car.
Yeah, an S5?
Yeah.
Let me look at it. I didn't know it was unusual.
My original fitness equipment came from a big
fucking
box.
old.
I'm sorry.
God almighty.
So you know what happened? DVD. The great thing about getting new stuff put in my home, it made me want to use the gym more. It be the best. Like true and tough stuff are the best you can buy. There's nothing more important than health. So get the equipment that you'll use every single day. You never regret.
S5?
Yeah, I knew you said it was S5.
Take advantage of up to 36 months, 0%.
2004.
Oh man, it's pretty. No, it's an X5.
It's an X5.
Service the product if you ever have a problem. We come and fix it. It's commercial grade equipment made for your home.
You said it's very, it's a rare car.
One of our 6 convenient locations.
And I told her, you can't argue about the price. That's between, he can charge $1 or
Hey, let's talk about saving a life. It could be your own. And I'm going to give you a personal experience, okay? I didn't tell you this before in these commercials, but I did this. That's why I'm doing the commercials. I got so awakened. The soft plaque. And I have such a good lifestyle, but it comes from heredity. Now, listen, I don't want to gamble with soft plaque. It can cause heart disease and stroke. So I reversed it. In fact, now the scans show it going away. Is that amazing? But it was only $150 an introductory. And I said, guys, I got to tell people about this. I said, let's do a gift card so people can help others get this. Like I would have given it to my aunt, uncle, grandmother, grandfather. Give it to someone you love. You can print it out and present it to them in a card or something, or have it emailed. Core without the E, C-O-R, corescans.com. You know, Deputy Doc knows the doctors that put this together. They are solid doctors. And this service is a 15-minute or less non-invasive, pain-free. You don't take off your clothes. You sit in a chair like a dental chair, and they scan your carotid, which detects soft plaque. That's what it's for, corescans.com. Now, let's talk about another kind of health, financial health. Right now, Ideal Home Loans can get you a loan, and you won't have a payment till March. Think about that. You might want to lower your payment, especially this time of year and next year. You could use that, right? Or you want to pull some cash out and lower your payment or shorten your term. Whatever your goal, Ideal can make it ideal. They know not one loan fits all. That's why first they listen, then they loan. People that care, people I've known since the beginning, since early 2000. IdealHomeLoans.com. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. They can do the whole thing, no touch, no contact. Call them and find out why these salary-based mortgage experts can help you. 303-867-7000.
If you want to create extra breathing room in your
budget, pay less for your home, and you save up to $1,000 a month. Now is the
CNN will not let that January 6th commission go. Do you think the average person cares about it?
Not now. Not with all the stuff going on.
Great time to get
It's old.
free mortgage review from American Financing. You will work with a salary-based mortgage consultant. Someone who
It's a 24-hour news cycle. This is what? It's almost a year old by now.
$10 a month plus tens of thousands.
The January 6th
It is a
insurrection.
no obligation experience that's focused on you.
Do you think they really had a plot to overthrow the government?
No. Even greater upfront.
Do you, Talee?
So what are you waiting for?
I don't think they had a plot.
And you can pre-qualify for free.
I
think there were a bunch of pissed off children.
I knew. Well, yeah, pissed off, but they're pretty grown.
That's AmericanFinancing.net.
You have a bunch of people over here who have Trump derangement syndrome. You have a bunch of people over here who have Trump God syndrome. And that's the problem.
That's right.
You agree, Ali?
To a certain extent, people are not thinking at all.
Can you turn that off for a second? I'm going to tell you something I think.
83 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told in a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee you, if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
I'm meteorologist Carly Cassidy with your pinpoint weather forecast. More sunshine for your Monday and upper 50s. Southwest wind around 5 to 10. Tonight, partly cloudy, low at 33.
Get in the holiday spirit at Lowe's Winterfest and save $30 on a Google Nest smart thermostat. Was $129.99, now $99.99. While supplies last, valid through 12/26, U.S. only.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK.
Get your insurance checkup, Compass Insurance Group. Remember, you know what that is? That's a must. Because what they do is they take a look at your insurance and see where you're paying too much. And now more than ever, we need to save money. 303-996-9000 for the insurance checkup. 303-996-9000. Now, calls you can get right through. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. I'm asking my listeners for a couple things now. One, a good private detective, a good private investigator. Now, we have had a few that we dealt with. We still have some off the record. We want ones that can come on the air and help us with certain cases here and there. If you're a private investigator, give us a call. Please, 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. On a personal note, I want a good old-fashioned machinist. That's right. I used to know one. He retired. The old fool. He shouldn't have retired. He retired. He was so cool. He had all his little machines and did everything. I need a good old-fashioned machinist. I don't want a machine shop that fabricates 1,000 parts for a lot. I want a good old-fashioned machinist. If you're a machinist, if you know machinists, I'm serious now. Do you know how many times I can use a machinist? And I know all my friends ask me, all my hot rod friends, all my other friends, do you know any good machinists anymore? Is that a dying art? Is it? I think it is. Now with CNC and all that, people work on computers, but they don't have the good old-fashioned hands-on experience. That hands-on experience.
I learned to operate a Bridgeport lathe while I was in high school.
You did?
Yeah.
That's part of machine.
It's a monster machine.
Part of it.
How about a 3D printer? Can that work for you?
No, not that. No, because it's metal. But
you can't use metal as
you can. You can use a metal printer, but they're very expensive to get it done. But also to convert it to a file would be as much. Oh, here's what it would be, Mark. If I had to make multiple, you'd be right. Because by the time you have someone convert it to a file, that work is enough to duplicate it.
So the CAD work is an expensive part.
Oh, getting it to the printer. Getting it to the printer if you don't already have a file.
You don't have the software.
There are many sites out there that took existing parts. Nothing is specialized what I need, but they took existing parts and put them up on a freeware site, Mark.
Or what do you call peer-to-peer, where you can, like, if you need like this part for an old car or whatever, they've already created the file for you to print out. It's pretty cool. Now, what I'm asking is, if anyone knows a machinist, give me a call. 303-713-TALK. Now, Deputy Doc, you called, first of all, with Luba, the 90-day thing, you know, we already went through that. Right. He never said it was perfect. He said, look, it pays up to $1,000. We think we can get that job done for her cheaper. I wanted to know what a reasonable price is for a throttle body repair or rebuilding or whatever, what that can range. And Suze, if we can get one of our mechanics, we'll figure it out. It's not a big deal. But anyway, you have another follow-up, John. I mean, Doc, sorry.
Yeah, Catherine called up about hand and stone massage.
Now, here's what happened. She said she went in for a facial in April. She went in for a facial in May. In May, they converted her to a membership, $69 a month, and they've been taking it out every single month. She's never used it, not once, and now she wants it stopped, and she wants her money back. What do they say?
Okay, number one, it has been canceled.
Good.
So that part is taken care of.
Good.
Now, she went in April and put a freeze on it. The freeze was for 3 months. So that was April, May, and June. They started rebilling, and their policy is you can put a freeze on for 3 months. Then if you pay the bill for the next month, you can put another 3-month freeze on.
But she never called back.
She never called back, and apparently there was a misunderstanding, and she didn't realize that was their policy. But their policy is there, and so she got billed for. She was put on a freeze for April, May, and June as her request. Then in July, they started rebilling her again.
July, August, September, October.
She never called up and said, I want to put another freeze on.
Or cancel.
So she canceled it, and so now it's canceled.
But they know she didn't use it. What loss do they have?
I don't know if they keep track of who shows up and who doesn't. It's like a gym. If you have a gym membership, they don't keep track of whether or not you show up.
No.
That's a pretty liberal policy. That's the same as AMC. If I don't go see a movie for 3 months, I still pay.
So I think that, their policy is what it is, and she just didn't fulfill her obligations. But it is canceled as of now, so that part's taken care of.
All right. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so, by the way, you can text the show if you go to put Tom in the code and go 57739. Okay, now, we had, he said, I understand commodities go up during inflation. Would that be a good thing to invest in? Well, oh my God, to say that, commodities are only a good thing to invest in if you know what the hell you're doing. For people who want to trade options and commodities and even stocks, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get burned. A lot of people believe now's a great time to invest because of volatility, and then they decide, I want to do this. Oh, by the way, on that throttle body, the usual cost for repairing to rebuilding is $1,200 to $1,500. What was she quoted by those other people? $3,200? No. So Kevin Calkin at Sheridan Auto Tech says that's way high. So maybe, she might want to take it over to Sheridan and, because this guy offered to help her. I don't care about him helping her. He's not going to pay for anything.
She's in the Springs.
Oh, damn. How about Jesse over at Honest Accurate Auto? He would be a good one to go to.
Well, she's going to get back to me and let me know what.
Yeah. Josh, what do you think about that Hand and Stone? The guy said, look, she put a freeze on it, and we froze it, but now it's canceled. So anyway.
Yeah, here's what I would tell her to do, and hopefully it didn't already go away, is you get one a month, and they build up over time. So she probably has a bunch of facials or massages on her account.
I don't think they build up.
Yeah, they do. I have a membership there.
Oh, do you at Hand and Stone?
I have a Hand and Stone for my business, and then I have a Levita massage personally.
But does it build up? Can she bank those from Hand and Stone?
Yeah, so what she could call and ask is, now that she's canceled, hopefully they didn't disappear. But if they're still on there and they're willing to allow her to use them, you can gift them for Christmas. You can give people a massage. You don't have to use them yourself. But it's just like the movie theater, the AMC thing.
That's exactly what Mark said.
Month after month after month.
That's exactly what Mark said.
Yeah, so I would have her call and make sure that I don't know what happens when you cancel your membership, if they just disappear or if you can still use them for a certain amount of time. But
okay,
I know
that's a good option. I appreciate that, Josh. Yeah. That's a good option, to see if she can use any of those banked ones. And not a bad idea. Here's a fax. They wanted to, not a fax, my God, it's a text, wanted to know about the port out scam. For the life of me, I cannot figure out how the port out scam can work if they don't have information about your phone or your account. Okay, anybody care to comment on that? The port out scam is this, folks, and it's happening a lot. I'm a little unclear on how, but here's what goes on. Your phone number actually is ported to another carrier without you knowing it. The contact information is changed on your account, so you're not notified. Your new phone with the new number, now they somehow clone your phone, supposedly. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's how it happens. I don't think if you ported my number to another phone that you can necessarily back up my phone to yours. I don't think you can, because it's way more than just a phone number. So I don't know why that's happening.
Is it possible that I got my number ported someplace else, and now anything that I am using that number for as a recovery could get directed to that phone?
It absolutely would get. Okay, so what Talib is saying is, if someone ports my phone to another phone, now they have my phone. Yeah, they can do harm if they know my accounts exist somewhere and do a forget password where they text you a 4-digit code or something. But most of mine send me an email link, although you can opt to text them too sometimes. Well, yeah, then if they text them a code, a recovery code, it would go to the new phone. But they would have to know way more than just your phone information. They would have to know your phone information along with other accounts you may have to have them reset.
I'd say if they knew your phone and your social security number, they could do it. They would simply, let's say you have an AT&T account. I go to Verizon, say I'm Tom Martino, and I want to open a new account up, and I get a phone from them, and then I say, okay, I want to port my number in, and my old number was this, and it's with AT&T. I think it's that simple.
You don't think they verify?
How would they? You know the social, you know the phone number, you know the guy's name. What else would you have to know? Address? Okay, fine, address.
My God.
I mean, what else would... you've switched from AT&T to Verizon. You've ported a number. What did you have to know?
Nothing.
That's it. That's all you have to do.
You're right. You're right. You don't need to know a lot.
No.
Okay, hold on. Heidi, this is so important. I am so happy that you called before doing the move. You didn't hire a mover yet, did you?
No, we haven't.
All right, hold on. Just hold on, please. I want to give you time, and I will come right back to you.
KHOW Denver, 630 K, an iHeartRadio station.
Yeah, look at that. 75% of homes
for music, radio, and podcasts
in one area destroyed.
Now, Impact.
That thing was brutal.
This report is sponsored by the Broadmoor.
Were they mobile homes?
Is accident-free right
It was. It's everything.
Along really well on I-25, I-70, and all our major metro freeways. Off the highways, we have a couple problem spots: Quebec, Southbound, and MLK Boulevard, and accident.
That was probably Category 5 tornado.
Oh, it was for sure. Yeah. The one that went 212 miles. Never heard it any.
Wait, it stayed on the ground for 200 miles?
212, longest ever.
Wow.
Went through 3 states.
Currently, it's 48. With your impact, traffic, and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin. 6:30.
So apparently, the people in the factory knew the tornado was coming.
Whether it's the traditional holiday show featuring singer Sheena Easton or one of their spectacular New Year's Eve celebrations, we're sure to make memories that will last a lifetime. Visit Broadmoor.com for more information.
FixMyHome.com right now. Take advantage of this mild weather. Call them and get the $39 clean and check from Fix It. It's like a practical refurbishment. Now, there are some catches. It has to be for a new customer who hasn't had this done yet. They want to show you what they can do because they spend hours cleaning every nook and cranny and making adjustments and giving you a no breakdown guarantee. For any plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains, you can trust Fix It 24/7. And now that $39 special, here's what's good about it. You're not under the gun to make decisions. So call them just in case they find something.
But most of the time, all they do is make it better. 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939. You've heard me talk about Water Pro several times. Why? Because I can't believe the value. I love their systems. First of all, free water testing, the honest way, to talk about the hardness and to talk about whatever's dissolved in your water and how to get rid of it. They don't panic you. They tell you the truth. If you need a softener for better laundry, better detergents, lower detergent use, better plumbing, better health, better skin, you can do a whole house system, low maintenance, computerized, no salt in the water. No salt is put into your water. It's for under $2,000, and you heard me. Other companies go 8 to 10 on these systems. 303-862-5554, waterpros.net, the best systems at the lowest prices, no matter what you need. Genesis is a company I've known for years. They've done work for me. Mark Szymanski is honest, and he has been around for years. And now going into the solar business, you know you can trust him. GenesisSolarCO.com. Now, it takes 20 minutes to figure out your lot compared to solar radiation. And they do it off-site with satellite imagery. And they can tell you what to expect in savings over the next 25 years and guarantee it, along with a 25-year guarantee on components. 303-474-4317. It's a 20-minute evaluation, and they don't even have to come to your lot. 303-474-4317. I'm a machinist. Yay! Yay!
That's the sound of people all over Colorado living their healthiest lives. Eating, talking, exercising, laughing, smiling, taking family photos, cheering, and experiencing joy. Everyone deserves to feel good doing the things they love. And your teeth and gums are a big part of that. If you sometimes worry that your dental issues are affecting your health and holding you back from doing all the things you care about, it's time to get a free consultation with Colorado's Clear Choice. Dr. Jovic and Dr. Mackert and their team will evaluate your teeth and determine what options will best serve you. Today's the day to get back out there. Visit clearchoice.com and do something good for your health.
They're listening.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Democrat Kitchens and Baths. Oh boy, the holidays are coming fast. And yes, I know you've been getting busier and busier. And I'm aware you might want to put off the
Verizon said, Griffin asked that Verizon asked for his photo ID to change his phone.
So, can we entice you to call now?
Why couldn't you
This is Todd Cicchini. Okay.
become transgender and join the women's golf league?
You can. You can.
You're going to hit harder. You're going to hit from a closer tee.
Every single one is
and you should be able to win every
single. That's what every single sport's happening. They're becoming world champions.
Well, except with the PGA, you need a certain with the LPGA or the regular PGA, you need a certain handicap in order to compete. In other words, you can't, let's say the Colorado Open, okay? You can't compete in the Colorado Open because you don't have a handicap
below a certain
level.
But a man could do it on a woman?
Yeah, no. A woman, if he became a woman, if a man became a woman, he could go out and build up his handicap and not build it up and tear it down.
Nobody has tested the LPGA about transgender women yet.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But any professional tournament, you need a verifiable handicap of a certain level in order to progress.
So you don't think the handicap would go with you through the transgender?
Oh, well, it would. What I'm saying is, no transgender, quote, woman has attempted to join the LPGA yet. I'm just not saying that. No one's done it.
And they can make up their own rules. It's not like they have to. It's like the NFL doesn't have to take a woman.
No.
Now that'd be crazy.
see it.
That's pretty deep.
I'd like to see a woman play pro football. That'd be something.
It would never happen.
Wasn't there a kicker?
There was a kicker that was going to, and it fizzled out.
She was from Denver.
Yeah. The point is, they just, one good smack, and they're going to be in the hospital.
Yeah, I know. And then they're going to look fucking dumb.
Right. The NFL will never let that happen.
Well, they're just not woke.
They're not woke. You're right.
I wonder why we've never had a women's football league. That seems kind of sexist.
Well, they did have. Remember they had the bikini.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK.
Talk 303-713-8255. Let's talk. Now, Heidi, this is so important. I'm going to tell you a couple things, okay? I'm so happy you're calling first. You're moving from Denver to Boston. And by the way, out of curiosity, what's taking you to Boston?
It's my 26-year-old daughter. She has left public accounting and is going to go private and wanted a little change for a while. And so she's moving out to Boston for a while.
Extremely expensive city. Holy crap.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank God she got a nice
good
salary. So
good. Beautiful city, though. Anyway, does she have a place picked out in Boston?
Yes. She's already signed the lease.
What section? What section?
She's in Charlestown.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. She'll be working in Back Bay.
Okay, cool. Beautiful areas. Now, here's the deal. For Heidi, for your daughter, I'm gonna tell you a couple universal truths here. Number one, you need a mover, not a broker. 90% of the time, when people search on the internet, they find a broker, not a mover. A broker has no personal skin in the game. A broker has no loyalty. A broker doesn't care who gets your contract ultimately. A broker makes promises they can't keep. A broker skims off the top. A broker sucks. Okay? I'm sorry, but they do. You can't trust a broker. And I'm going to tell you another universal truth. Do you want to read my mind, Mark? Read my mind. Never hire a mover from where, Mark?
Well, South Florida, but I'm going to go one step further.
Go ahead.
And say most people, I think it's idiotic to even hire a...
Well, okay. All right. Mark has a whole theory, which I agree with. We've talked about it. And Heidi, just listen carefully. We're not suggesting you throw everything out. But we contend that most of people's stuff is junk or is not worth moving. Not junk, but it's not worth it. The money could be better used buying new stuff, and that the few things that you do have that are truly important, documents or keepsakes or souvenirs or things, can be boxed up and shipped by FedEx or UPS or something like that. Now, again, I'm saying this because every time we've analyzed a move, every single time, people had way less and they were held hostage, and it was never worth it.
It's going to be at least $5,000 to move them with a reputable mover. So,
well, it depends on what she's moving. How much does she have?
That's just it. So we have done the math of buying everything new there. And we are, we're thinking of a U-Haul. We're just trying to find options.
Okay, good. Or you buy and have it shipped. You don't have to buy it there.
She was asking about that too, Tom, but I wasn't sure who to suggest for that.
For buying and shipping?
For shipping a whole, moving shipment, like
American Furniture ships over the entire country.
No. Yeah. No, are you talking about that, Suzanne? What are you talking about, Suzanne? You're not sure who?
Like a crate, where you get everything shipped instead of like using
a pod.
Okay, no, I don't know those either. No, I'm going for this. Now, by the way, even those pod companies where you load it, they transport it, drop it off, and you unload it, they can work. However, even they have been known to hold people hostage. You have to, listen, I hate to say this, but in today's world, it almost never pays to move, okay? But if you are going to move, if you are, especially a young woman, how old is she, Heidi? What could she possibly have that she can't buy? It's really, seriously. And a move's going to cost $5,000 minimum from a reputable mover. If you get cheaper, you're going to get ripped off. Now, how much is she moving? Let's say right now, she took everything she wanted. What would she be moving?
So we'll get her clothes and everything out there if we fly out there. Otherwise, it'll be on a U-Haul. But a queen bed with a mattress, a dining room set, and the big thing is she's got a 3-piece sectional couch.
Okay, are these heirloom pieces?
Not at all. No.
It's not worth moving. It's not worth moving.
You know how much gas a U-Haul takes? I mean, even if you get the rental,
you could go to American Furniture or another kind of furniture store out there. IKEA's kind of, some of it's nice, but IKEA, you're mainly buying pictures of stuff and then you have to put it together. But but you can go and have it shipped to you. I know it's going to be cheaper than moving. What you just told me, it's absolutely, and then sell what you have or donate it and then move the boxes ship the other stuff. Just ship it with either post office or UPS of things that she really wants to keep, but that will go in cartons. Here's the other thing. If you do want to pick a mover, though, I do want to give you some ideas. First, never pick a mover from Florida. I'm sorry if you're in Florida, and if you're hearing me, screw you, I don't care. Florida has, I would say, 9% of all moving ripoffs we get on this show come from Florida. Okay? Also, they come from brokers. How do you tell the difference? You ask them, are you a broker? No. Do you own trucks? Do you actually own trucks? You're an agent for a national. I would only use an agent for a national van line. So, for example, we have great movers on referral lists, but I don't know. They don't do over the road, Mark. They're local movers, right? Our guys?
No, we've got one that does. I got to look it up, but he just started.
Okay, good. Look it up for me.
Hey, Heidi, is she driving out there with a car?
As of right now, no. If we took the U-Haul, my husband and I were going to go with her and then fly back home.
And she doesn't need a car.
Listen, it's 8 miles a gallon if you get a newer U-Haul. Just what does that equal right there? Forget about your daily cost of it. 8 miles per gallon out of a U-Haul.
Yeah, or 10 at the very best, Mark. 10 on some of them. But here's the deal, Heidi. So look for a local agent, either in Denver or in Boston, for a national van line.
Okay.
And you want someone with real ratings. Now, I'll tell you some of the names that used to be like top notch. Like here in Denver, and again, I'm not, what's funny? They're not on my referral list, but they were years ago. And the reason they're not on my referral list is because they can't take more business practically because they're so well established and honest. And that's Johnson Moving and Storage. Okay? Now, maybe that sounds disingenuous to people, but I'll tell you what would be disingenuous. If I did not mention them simply because they're not on the referral list, that would be disingenuous.
American Moving.
Okay. American Moving, yes, of course. Gabriel, right?
Yeah, he just started. He is now part of the Beckons van line.
Beacons. Oh, no, you can trust. No, they're great. American on our referral list. I've known him for years. Okay, and then another one used to be wonderful was Grable. But these are just marching orders, Heidi. Please, also, you don't want a guaranteed contract, but you don't want an estimate. You want a guaranteed not to exceed contract. Guaranteed not to exceed. But I implore you, don't move. Bye.
Now, impact traffic.
We drove 2 cars to Atlanta.
We are looking good on I-25 right now.
Clothes and stuff at the
car
and affordable?
Oh, no, can't do
Drove down there, stayed for a week, came back.
Delay for 10 minutes between I-25
Can you talk to me?
and I-70.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now.
Now? Switch one of them for 0 res, and I'll fix the other.
Thank you.
From the foothills, no problems on 285 or 6th Avenue. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy and dry today, a high of 56. And then tonight's low 27, a bit warmer for tomorrow with a high of 63. Currently it's 49. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
The holidays are in full swing at Lowe's Winter
Just gas is going to be $800
on a Craftsman.
Just gas. I would think it would be actually more than that, Mark.
$79, now $59. Valid through 12/15. All supplies
Okay, let me do this.
U.S. only.
ZeroResDenver.com. ZeroRes, ZER, Let me tell you, these are the only guys in my home. ZeroResDenver.com. Time to clean carpets the Zero Res way with empowered water getting deep into the fibers to remove the buildup of tracked-in dirt, not to mention germs and pathogens. Zero Res's patented process cleans carpets without soaps, shampoos, or harsh chemicals, leaving no residue, safe and effective, less water, no sticky, dirt-attracting residue, which, by the way, is on every other method. Carpets dry faster and stay clean longer. Zero Res, in my home, I trust it. Your carpets look like new. Do it. ZeroResDenver.com right now. Listen to this. $119 for 3 rooms. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. Ideal Home Loans, you hear me talk about. I've known Brent Ivinson since the beginning. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. I like saying first they listen, then they lend, and that really is important. They don't think all loans have to be the same. You can have a 15 or a 30 or any term you want. And you can go for pulling cash out or just lowering payments, maybe shortening term. They'll customize it for your needs. And right now, if you do it, no payment till March 2022, you can pull cash out, lower your payment, or both. Whatever you need, even the pre-approval, which is like a cash deal. The pre-approval. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com.
So many people have told me about Orchard.
Listen, it's going to be $3,000. Just the truck is $1,800 and about $1,000 in gas. So that's, I mean, you're at $2,800 right there.
She's got a sectional and a dining room
and a
bed.
Let me tell you about Rudy, a recent Orchard customer. Rudy's home sold on the market for $33,000 above his cash
The only
offer.
problem with his thinking there is called the Second Amendment.
Yeah. But with Orchard, he got more cash at closing.
There's no amendment that talks about abortion.
99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market.
There's no what,
more
Mark?
than their cash.
There's no amendment in the Constitution
Right.
that talks
It was
about
just an
abortion.
interpretation of the 14th Amendment right to privacy.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Except when it comes to vaccines.
Well, no.
Actually, they've been using it.
I'm just saying that was the basis for Roe v. Wade. That it was implied, it wasn't specified.
That's Orchard.com.
Saving money has never been more important. But what more can you do to add money to your budget? How about refinancing your mortgage? It's a viable solution that may save you hundreds or even $1,000.
It is kind of weird how you can't sue gun manufacturers, how they carve that out.
You can't? You to get a free mortgage
Well, why
review
should you?
from my friends at
That's like suing Toyota because you get into a crash.
People do it all the time.
No hidden fee, no
No.
application fee.
People do it all the time, man. They're called recalls. People die
No.
and they sue the company.
If there's something wrong, if you have a perfectly good Toyota with no manufacturing defects, you get into a crash.
Yeah, but that's not how it works. You cannot sue a gun manufacturer. That's the whole differential right there.
Even for defective.
For nothing. Are you sure of that? I'm pretty fucking sure about that. So there might have been one case where the trigger might have went off. I don't even think that one ultimately went.
But why should you be able to sue a gun manufacturer to use a gun to kill somebody? It's
Jay
absurd.
Farner here, CEO of Rocket Companies.
So you sue a knife
your
manufacturer
chance to
for
refinance and
cut
save,
your finger?
think again. Mortgage rate,
Shit, man, people sue a chainsaw manufacturer because they grabbed the blade while they're using it.
save big.
Tim D says gun manufacturers can be
And
sued
prepare yourself for a better financial
for
future.
defects.
But you've got to act
In
now.
other words, I
Call
guess
us
if you
today.
buy
I think that's pretty fucking new, though.
Go to rocketmortgage.com. Conditions apply. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 30.
What's pretty new? I think that had to do over that faulty trigger. I don't know if it was Marlin or who it was.
Heavy mop around. Then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on.
Yeah, so basically,
Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad.
well, here's something with Sandy Hook
The
victims,
faster,
though.
easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Supreme Court allows families
Denver's talk station, 630
of Sandy Hook victims to sue gun manufacturers.
Ray, gun manufacturers.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Thanks for calling. We're going to try to help all of you with your problems, especially going into the end of the year. We want to clear crap up, don't we? Hey, Cody, what about evicting a tenant? What's going on, Cody?
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, Cody.
So I just bought a house, and the previous owner, I'm renting it to them until I'm ready to move in April or May. So I have a lease with them for them to move out by the end of March. I'm just trying to get ahead of the game in case they don't want to move out on time.
There have been so many nightmares. There have been so many nightmares caused by this scenario. But many times people who buy do this because it tends to get your contract accepted. Is that what happened with you? You were competing with others?
No, not at all. They were going through a contentious divorce, and the husband was trying to put the wife out on the street, so I allowed her to rent from me for a huge discount.
Okay, so now the wife is renting from you, and she's supposed to be out when?
March 31st is what the contract is.
And when were you supposed to move in?
Middle of April to beginning of May.
Okay, you gave yourself a buffer, but not much. So here's the thing. Do you have any indication, because I don't even want to put it in her mind, does you have any indication she may be a holdover?
No.
Okay. Now, the good news is we don't have any freeze. Okay. We don't have any freeze on evictions, but there's nothing you can do ahead of time. Listen to this. Nothing you can do ahead of time to get her out sooner. You have to wait till is a holdover. What would be good is a reminder in writing that as you get close, that she needs to be out by the end of the month, and that it was enjoyable renting to you. I hope everything's fine, blah, blah, blah. And then if she's not, then you have to go through the process. And I recommend using an attorney and not trying to do it yourself. If you have any specific questions on how to do what when, hang on. Also, Clark, you have a problem with a contractor, I'll take you. Mary is retiring early. This is important.
We can use Integra for Mary to give them a plug.
Yeah, because actually, it's 2 days and the first round's over.
I think retiring those are qualifying event.
I love the Doc, you were right, man. On this football, there is a female league.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Was it the bikini thing?
It's more like lingerie.
Yeah. They have a lingerie league, and it's like flag football, right?
Yeah. No.
Oh, they're hidden, boy.
Oh, are they?
This is tackle. This is straight rough and tumble.
Oh, I thought they had something on Super Bowl Sunday where there was a lingerie game with flag football rules.
There might be a lingerie game with flag football, but these little
are they bikini clad?
Oh, they're more like underwear.
Okay, was it the XFL?
Oh, we're actually watching a game.
It was probably the Is it the XXX?
Woo!
Oh.
Damn.
I might start watching this.
Oh.
You know, occasionally some shit's got to be falling off. It's called Legends.
I'm watching it now.
Oh, it's like the indoor football league. Remember that?
Look how small their field is.
Yeah.
Well, shit, they can only throw the ball 10 yards.
I guess there's no.
There's no.
This ain't flag though. This is the real.
This is not flag. That is rock and sock and
How much do you think they got paid, man?
Wait, is that the one you were talking about, Doc?
Social Security benefits.
Maybe.
No, there was a different one on Super Bowl Sunday with
This
models
is rockin'
in
soccer
models in
robot.
lingerie with flag football rules.
Yeah, well, this ain't flag
No,
football
this is
rules,
something
and that's
different.
not lingerie.
They've all got boob jobs though.
No, I wouldn't be.
They're actually not bad.
No, they're bland.
I mean, I bet they could beat the shit out of any of us. How's that?
It's a 50-yard. Looks like it's a 50.
I wonder if you could grab by the hair like in the NFL you can.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, you know, I'd argue they got. This is a little rougher than the NFL because they got a hell of a lot less padding.
Well, yeah, a hell of a lot less artificial pad.
Broadcast partner NBC are still boycotting the Golden Globe, so don't expect celebs to be celebrating the nomination. Succession, by the way,
it's a 50-yard field.
She runs constantly, man. I bet she scores right here.
ABC News.
She was always there with the Vicks vapor rub. She used that.
Oh my goodness, what's gonna get into that?
And her mom.
There she goes again. Look.
And her mom.
Look at her. But you had her by the draw.
Vicks vapor rub.
What is that?
Oh, it's some crazy.
You just can't believe
women's
this
football
shit.
league.
Yeah, I know, but
it's real. You cannot argue this shit ain't
No,
real.
it's real. This is rock'em sock'em. I would not want to get hit by any one of them chicks.
Hell no.
I wouldn't have them fall on top of you. I wouldn't mind that.
No, I said I wouldn't want to get hit.
I'm saying get hit and have them fall on top of you. You'd love that.
Chicago Bliss.
Fall on top of me, but not hit me first.
You can take a hit from a 110-pound woman.
I wonder if they had lines when they were playing. Like, do you think they had betting lines? No way.
Of course you
I doubt it.
I'm not saying that people didn't bet on them, but I bet you couldn't go to a casino and bet on the rock'em sock'ems there.
Colorado's COVID-19 case numbers are trending in the right direction. Overall cases and hospitalizations have been on a slow decline since mid-November.
That was pretty deep.
Leave it to Doc to know about that. I remember during the Super Bowl, they usually have the kitten bowl. That's kind of cool. Kitten bowl.
3 days ago was 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, so we're hoping for the best. Dr. Zane said thanks to vaccines and monoclonal antibodies, science is
It's the old monoclonal.
Hair is considered part of the uniform. Is that right, MR?
Oh, for NFL it is for sure.
You know, to have this crazy golf tournament with father and son, it's an unofficial.
Oh yeah, it's got Tiger and his kid.
You know what the ratings are going to be for this? Because it's the first time Tiger is playing in a year.
With the son too.
Well, the fact that the son's there, but the fact that Tiger is going to play, their ratings probably quadruple, 10 times.
I think it's a great idea.
What?
The father and son.
Oh yeah, but it doesn't get great ratings. But the ratings are going to be 10 times what they are because Tiger's the first time, and people want to see how he's recovering from his accident.
What did you search to watch that football one?
Women's Football League. Here, I'll tell you what it's called. It's called L.
Between I-70 and Vasquez. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy and dry today, a high of 56. Tonight's low 27. A bit warmer tomorrow with a high expected.
Legends Football League. Legends. Legends Football League.
I'm Chris McLaughlin.
Women of Gridiron.
Denver Museum of Nature and Science proudly presents
Shit, you can watch a full game, man.
Survival of the slowest. Explore dozens of habitats with
Hour and 17 minutes for a full game.
To survive by slowing down. Visit dmns.org for more info.
Another person we talk about a lot is Kurt Rogers at Affordable Interest Mortgage. Because mortgages right now are at all-time lows and people are refining and people are buying. I want you to know AI.
Colorado is becoming Oregon East. In what way? In what way, Chris?
Well, Oregon meaning liberal as shit.
Asset manager, which is that line of credit we talked about, where you get everything in your bank account, which counts against your.
Is that it? Amazing Mazer.
Plus conventional loans or FHA and VA loans. Hey, can you believe the low rates? Well, guess what? You need more than that. You need
the delay that it takes the audio to get out there to some of these guys that are listening trips me out because they're like way behind.
Mornings at 6, The Situation with Michael Brown. Dr. Fauci says Americans will just have to deal with yearly boosters if they become necessary. And by necessary, he means mandatory. Let's talk about it on Tuesday.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. If you're looking for a stocking stuffer, realcbdthatworks.com. realcbdthatworks.com. Put Tom in the promo code, get 30% off. For pain relief, anti-anxiety, it's great for traveling, actually it is. I use it. And it's good for inflammation, and they have eye serum now with anti-inflammatory CBD. If you want to give a gift, go on to realcbdthatworks.com, put Tom in the promo code, get 30% off. Welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. We have a gang here solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. As we near the end of the year, we want to take care of all this stuff. Don't forget, tell people 303-MARTINO for help. Now, you can text the show, too. You text Tom and your message to 57739, 57739. One text was to Talib, ask him to speak up when he speaks up. The mic sounds like it's too far away. All right, Talib? Good. They want your mic closer.
No, we do that on purpose.
Oh, we do that on purpose. Okay. We don't want to give them a lot of credence. Anyway, Marty is looking for health insurance, retiring. Mary. I'm sorry, Mary. Mary's retiring early. Mary, hi, Mary. Hey, how early are you retiring, Mary?
I'm 63.
Oh, okay.
And I've got a pension I'm going to tap into.
Okay. Are you eligible? Are you eligible for Social Security?
No, not at 63.
Well, you would be at 62 if for a reduced amount, but you want to wait for the full amount, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay. And by the way, John Jones is with Integra Insurance. He's our expert and our guru when it comes to insurance, health insurance especially. Mary, when do you want to retire? When in the year?
Early next year.
Okay. Now, John, first and foremost, is retirement considered a life-changing event where you can go and buy insurance outside of open enrollment?
Yes, sir, it sure is.
Okay.
Provided she has health insurance right now.
Do you have health insurance right now, Mary?
Yes.
Okay. When you retire and your health insurance goes away, you will be allowed to call Integra and get new insurance. And why do I say call Integra? Because you'd be a fool not to. I mean, they don't charge, health insurance companies don't give any discounts for going direct, and there's no way you can compare all these policies without the help of experts. But the question I want to know is, what kind of insurance are you looking for, Mary? What are you comfortable with?
Be health insurance for me and my husband.
Okay, and does that include a certain number of doctors, or do you not go to the doctors a lot? I'm just curious.
Well, we're very healthy, but we keep our exams up.
Okay, and obviously you would talk to them in detail. We're not going to make a decision on the phone. But in general, Mary, you're going to keep this insurance until you go on Medicare. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Until you do Medicare, which is at 66, is it? No, how old is John? What's the retirement age for Medicare?
65.
Why did I think it was 66? Or is that just for...
That's for Social Security. To get in 66 and a half to get your full Social Security.
Okay, got it. Okay. So 65, you can get Medicare still.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
And one other thing, too, Tom, when Mary goes to retire, she obviously, because of the American Rescue Act, the subsidies have been tremendously increased for people, and it's been extended for the next year, for 2022. So when she goes to retire, she and her husband will really want to look at their gross income because their subsidies could be tremendous in helping them to reduce the cost of the insurance on the individual market.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Good. So what you want to do is wait till you retire, then contact Integra. That's really the easiest thing to do, Mary. You don't have to worry about anything. There might be plans available then that aren't available now. Who knows?
So when is a good time to start your Social Security, to file for Social Security?
You mean for the Medicare?
No, for my husband, if he decides he wants to, besides my pension, he can collect Social Security.
How old is your husband?
He's 63.
Uh-huh. If he wants to apply, you can apply anytime. Online, you start it. You can make an appointment. Or does he want to do it earlier, or does he want to wait for full retirement age 66 and a half?
I think he wants to start early.
Okay. Well, he can go online today and start it.
Okay.
Yep. It's not difficult. I've said this before, except for the Public Information Office, which sucks at Social Security. The process for Social Security and the worker bees, they do a pretty good job. They do a really good job. And
okay, because they always tell you to wait till later in life to start it.
Oh, no, you're asking economically. Let me explain a few things to you. You have to do the math. At 63 or 62, you get a reduced amount, but obviously you get it longer. At 66 and a half, you get your full amount. If you wait till 70, John, explain how that works. You can accrue interest and get even a higher payment at 70, right?
8% per year.
So 8% per year.
Social Security will be increasing by if you wait till 70.
Now, the whole amount appreciates or each payment? In other words, do your payments go up 8% a year? No, not your individual payment, right?
No, not your individual payment, but let's say
you're
qualified for $2,000 at 66 and a half and waited till you were 67. Now it's going to be 8% more by waiting that extra year.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it will be the same thing. If you wait another year, it will go up another 8%.
So it does affect your payment.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So it goes up 8% each year?
Correct.
But over 70, it doesn't keep going, does it?
That is correct.
Okay.
Then you'd only get, from my understanding, you'd only get the cost of living adjustment. Like we just got this year, and I think it went up 6-something% this year.
But everybody gets that, right, John?
Yeah, everybody gets that.
Tom, I think what you're thinking is that once you reach 66 and a half or 67, your income doesn't affect your payment. So if you retire like I did at 67, the amount of money that you get is not affected by income, whereas if you do it less than 67, there's a decrease based on income.
Well, actually, there's a decrease and there's a limit to how much you can make, period.
Right, but that's, you reach at 70.
And there's times it makes sense to take.
Hold on, folks. Hold on. We're saying too much. Just wait. I want to make this clear. If you take early Social Security before full retirement age, there is a limit to what you can make until you reach full retirement age. Is that right, John?
That is correct.
Okay. And that limit is how much per year?
I think it's like $17,000.
Okay. So if you make more than $17,000, it comes off your Social Security dollar for dollar or something like that. So there's no benefit to making more than that. So if your husband has no income and doesn't anticipate income, then taking early Social Security is a decision he needs to make based on what it would be early and what it would be at full retirement age and what it would be at 70. So he has to make up his mind. If it's substantially more at 70 and he plans on living a long time, it would be better off maybe. If he gets a good amount at 66 and a half, that's when he wants to start it. If he can get an all right amount now and he's willing to take that amount for life except for cost of living, he can do that as well.
Yeah, everybody's different. It might make sense to start taking it right now.
Right, exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah, he's not making any income right now.
Okay. So that's a consideration. He may want to start taking Social Security.
There's times you might actually make more taking it early. Do you know when?
Well, you tell me.
If you have minor children and hit retirement age.
That's right. Yeah. Waiting does you no good because your kids get older and you don't get that. Anyway, 303-713-TALK. So, again, John, you're not meant to be our Social Security expert, but you seem to know a lot about it.
I know we started when our accountant told us, Tom, we waited till 70. They would take us to about 83 to make up the difference versus if we had taken it earlier.
Can you tell me this? How much more of an actual payment, you know, percentage-wise, you don't have to tell me what you're getting, did you get at 70 versus 66 and a half?
That's a hard one to say because, you know, we're working still, and we're past. I mean, our Social Security was growing because we were still working, correct?
I see.
So all those dollars were still going into Social Security, plus we got the bump up.
Did they
So
take
I'm not sure exactly how much more.
Did they take your most recent quarters of work or your highest quarters of work?
That I'm not sure.
Hey, does capital gains affect it at all?
No. What do you mean
I
by
don't think
that,
so.
Mark? As
I've never
income?
been-
Yeah, as income. Why wouldn't he owns
I don't know
the
that.
company. Why wouldn't you just take it as capital gains, and then it doesn't offset your Social Security if that's correct?
Well,
I'm
who
not
are you
sure,
talking
Mark.
about?
I know we were.
John.
My wife's the one that waited till 70.
But he didn't have to
we
wait.
could have started taking it earlier.
Mark,
because
66 and a half, he can make $1 million a year. It doesn't matter. At 66 and a half, you can make as much as you want. Now, they may change that. They don't like the idea that rich people are getting Social Security. Even though they paid in more than anyone during their entire life, they still don't think they should get it. And they're working on a plan now that if you make money, your Social Security is going to be reduced even at full age.
And what sucks about that is you're capped anyhow.
Yeah, 3,500, isn't it?
What you mean the pay? Yeah, your
yeah,
payment.
the max. Even if you pay in
max.
more than anybody else, you're still capped at the max payment.
Yeah, but you may not even get that if you're still making money. If you happen to be successful in the United States, it counts against you. So anyway, that's just my own private little comment there. So Mary, I would no matter what, I would contact Integra Insurance 303-466-5500.
You love technology. You just
My accountant said to me, you're going to spend more money between 67 and 82, or 82 and 95.
You know, it's really fun.
That's a suggestion that I take it early.
You didn't take it early. You waited for full retirement.
Well, I waited to 67.
He's saying 7. That's full retirement.
No, 70 is full retirement.
No, it isn't. No, it
That's a
isn't.
bonus.
No, it isn't. 66 and a half is full retirement. 70 is an option.
I
It's
would
not full
I would have gotten more money if I waited till 70.
Of course you would. That's right. Ideal home loans for your next ideal home loan. I say that without hesitation because they will work with you to get you the best loan for your
circumstance. If you get a loan now, for example, you can lower your payment, might come in handy for the holidays and afterwards, or you can pull cash out, really come in handy, or you can, buy a new home, get a pre-approval. Oh, so many options. Here's the other option. You don't have a payment till March 2022. The great news is that Ideal will fix a plan for you. And idealhomeloans.com is where you get started, 303-867-7000. That pre-approval is nothing to sneeze at, man. That pre-approval is done. You can go out and shop with a house for a house without pressure, knowing you can put your offer to the top with no contingencies. They've already approved you. Idealhomeloans.com, 303-867-7000. Don't forget the interest rate guarantee as well. 303-867-7000. And speaking of money, wouldn't it be nice to have an investment that guarantees a return of 4% plus a 1% dividend? Now, in addition to that, guarantees it can be tax-free and guarantees that you can get a paycheck for life. All of these things are possible if you follow the system that is called Become the Banker. To find out more, simply look them up. BecomeTheBanker.org. 303-779-6600. It would take you probably at the most a half hour to find out about this incredible plan. BecomeTheBanker.org. 303-779-6600. You know, every month we get on our show calls about restoration companies ripping people off. Then we call our guy at American Restoration, the one you can trust, and get his opinion. And here's the deal. If you use American Restoration, you don't have to worry about being ripped off. Unfortunately, the restoration business is filled with liars, cheats, and rip-offs. It's like the original stem cell business. Hey, with American Restoration, you can trust Rock and his crew with the certifications for asbestos and all the bad chemicals. They can do meth lab mitigation. They can mitigate floods in a few hours. They can rebuild if you need turnkey solutions. They work with all insurance, fire, flood, mold, crime, unattended death, meth labs, American Restoration. Here's how you get a hold of them. Online, amrest247.com, amrest247.com, or 8337-AM-REST. That stands for American Restoration. 8337-AM-REST.
Guys, 2021's been a roller coaster year, so spoil her this Christmas by giving her the next best thing to wearing nothing at all. With soft, silky, naturally nude pajamas, exclusively from Pajamagram, America's PJ.
For nearly 20 years, sensuous, smooth, naturally nude pajamas feel just like her own fair skin. She'll love slipping these on every night because the texture and touch of naturally nude pajamas is so soft and luxurious, they'll melt away her stress. She'll love the feeling of wearing next to nothing at all, and you'll love the way they look. Check them out at pajamagram.com. And right now, when you order
Oh, this is pretty good. Look,
great deal.
it's a good headline.
That means you don't have to
Rudolph changed his name to Rwanda. Dominates female reindeer games.
Oh my goodness.
North Pole. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's pretty good, Porter.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Did you see that?
He's always nuts.
Shoulder, or knee pain.
Very clever.
Downtown's Healthcare specializes in natural healing. Downtown's Healthcare believes that given the proper tools, the body will heal itself. So medications and surgery are a last resort. For natural pain relief, call Downtown's Healthcare. 303-292-9992. That's 303.
That shit's funny.
9992. Ask them about their new second convenient location in Lowry.
So many people have told me about Orchard, and no wonder. It's the new way to sell. For example, Orchard makes you a cash offer.
For a hot second, it looked like we had 112 people in here.
Oh, we've had that in the past. It's been a while.
We're running about between 60 and 80 most days.
Yeah.
A recent Orchard customer. Rudy's home sold on the market for $33,000 above his cash offer. Had he gone to a home buying company, he would have missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard,
He's a redhead. Yeah, the reindeer's a redhead.
Rudy's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started is easy. You go online and enter your address at orchard.com. Takes just a couple minutes and lets you skip home listing hassles. If you're thinking about selling or just curious what Orchard would pay for your home, get a no-cost, no-obligation offer at orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick, and here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Broncos were able to bounce back from their Week 13 loss to the Chiefs with a convincing 38-10 win over the Lions yesterday. 200 former wide receiver Demaryius Thomas, who passed away from a stroke
Trying to explain this.
What's that, bro?
Trying to explain this shit.
USA Gymnastics and the U.S.
PDF
Olympic
is so
Committee
hard.
have agreed to pay $380 million to settle lawsuits filed by survivors of former team doctor Larry Nassar. I'm Katie Hackett.
Groundbreaking runs in the family. Safety runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The 2021 Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member is waiting to impress. You can learn more at mbusa.com.
Listen to us on your radio, on your desktop, and on your smart device. Denver's talk station is available everywhere, in your car, at work, and wherever you go. All you need is our free iHeartRadio app. Just say, play CBS now on iHeartRadio.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Let's take your calls and see what we can do for you. All right, now, Hiram, what's going on with you? Hello, Hiram.
Yes. Hi. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Hiram. How can we help you?
What I need to know is, can a owner not renew your lease for no reason at all?
Yes. No, most of the time. However, it can't be for an illegal reason, but that's almost impossible to prove. An illegal reason would be for color, ethnicity, creed, age, stuff like that. But if they simply say, we're not renewing your lease, and you say, I've been a perfect tenant. Yes, you have, Hiram. I paid my bills. Yes, you have, Hiram. I've never given you any trouble. That's true, Hiram. We simply don't want to renew it.
Or they have the rights.
Of course. Think about it. It's an agreement, and it gets renewed. Why? What do you think is going on, Hiram? Do you think something illegal is going on?
Yes, I do.
Like what? Give me an idea.
Well, I tried to get them to fix certain things. I've been here for 5 years, and I've been trying to get them to fix things, and they refuse to fix it. And
So you think they refuse to fix it, and they're basically just trying to get rid of you?
Yes.
Well, if that's true, they can do that. They can do that, and they can give. That's an all right reason. We want to get rid of him because he's a pain in the ass. I know. I'm just kidding, by the way, but that they can do that. You know.
But I've never been a pain to him. I don't think.
Well, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying that they are allowed to do it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not telling you it's okay for them to do it. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yes, I understand.
I'm not necessarily saying, isn't that wonderful? You know, I don't think it's wonderful. I just think they have a right to do it.
Right.
It's really weird. Do you think it's because you've been a pain? And, you know, I don't mean that in a bad way. Do you think it's because you've been a pain?
No, I haven't been a pain. I'm trying to help the man keep his property up, or the woman keep her property up.
Okay, but they don't look at it that way, do they?
No, they don't.
Yeah, well, you see what I'm saying? So in their eyes, you've been a pain.
I've been trying to get them to fix my heating and cooling system for over a year, and they still haven't done it.
So, okay, that's why they're getting rid of you. They don't want anybody that complains.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Now, listen, does that sound unfair to you? And I want to know from people if that sounds unfair. It does, doesn't it? But they're allowed to do that. They're allowed to do that. They're allowed to say, you know what, you complain too much. And even though you have a different opinion, and you're saying, oh, I don't complain too much, they're saying, yeah, you complain too much. So, I don't know, man. Look, all I can say is that they're allowed to do that.
Alrighty.
Thank you. I mean, it's too bad. I mean, what do you guys have anything that you can, anybody have anything you can't argue with it. They're allowed to do it. So 303-713-8255. Clark, what's your problem with a contractor? Clark, what's happening?
Well, what's happening is that I hired a contractor in February.
Yeah.
And gave him half the money for the material. And he said he was going to order the material, and then that was it. Never heard from him again.
You know what? We get this every single day. Half, how much was half?
$1,000.
Well, thank God it wasn't more.
I know.
It's a lot of money for you. Hold on. I'm not saying he's off the hook. Hold on a second. Who's the contractor?
Barron, Barron Construction.
And how'd you find him?
Home Advisors.
So what does Home Advisor say they'll do for you?
I called them, and they tried to reach out to him a couple times, and then they said, that's it, there's nothing more we can do. They gave me, I could, go through legal. I filed with the Better Business Bureau. I put in a complaint, but that was all they said they could do. They couldn't actually do anything else. They couldn't refund my money. They couldn't do anything.
Well, hold on. But could they kick the guy off a home advisor? Did they say?
Well, that they did. They did kick him off.
Well, at least that's better than nothing, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Barron Construction, who's the person you dealt with there?
The owner, Enrique, Enrique.
Enrique, do you know his last name?
Barron, B-A-R-R-O-N.
Oh, okay, so his name
Isn't that Enrique?
Yeah, Barron, Enrique. So, now listen, man. We want to call this guy. What excuse does he give you? And when did you pay it?
He
when
won't
did
respond.
Oh, wait. When did you pay?
February 5th.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
He just won't
I've
even
called,
talk to you.
I've emailed, I've texted,
So he stole
I've
from you.
Venmo'd.
Well, you know what? The DA should be interested because that's a violation of the Contractors Trust Act.
Huh?
It is. It's a violation of the Contractors Trust Act.
Okay.
And if I were you, I'd be upset about it. I really would be. I mean,
Yeah.
and I would let them know. Do you think you can do that?
I can, yeah.
I mean, I would, if I were you, what I would do is I would say, look, I want this guy prosecuted. Go to the DA and really insist on it. Say it's a violation of the Contractors Trust Act and see what they say to you. That's what I would do. I mean, I would really do it. I just see what they say. I'm just tired of this crap. I really am. Now we'll call him too. Do you have a phone number for him? Oh my God!
Boy,
I hope you have you have. Wait, you don't have a phone number for him?
I do. Hang on. I was just looking it up.
Yeah. Okay.
720.
Hold on a second.
838.
720-838.
9152.
9152. Let's give him a call, Deputy Doc, see what he says. Barron Construction, CV answer 720-838-9152.
Correct.
All right, hold on. Let's see what we can do, man. Don't just hang on there, okay?
Well, tell him to hang up, so I want to get his information. I'll call him.
Okay, Clark, give your information. Suze, can you get his number for Deputy Doc? All right, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, I got to take a quick break. Then we're going to come back to Chuck says he has some information on Social Security. Lisa has two problems, Wyatt's Towing, and then Aspen Park Apartments. So we'll go through that.
I almost caught with a girl.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Tim Kaplis in the afternoon, 6:30, KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Westera Credit Union.
We're seeing an excellent drive on I-25 right now with no delay for you between North Glen and Castle Rock either direction. I-70 checking clear as far as any accident. A little bit of sluggish traffic as you travel westbound from Colorado Boulevard through to York, making your way towards I-25. No issues on C-470 or 225. Your drive through Lakewood also checking clear, no delay. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Partly cloudy, dry today, a high of 56. Tonight's low 27, and then a bit warmer for tomorrow with a high of 63. Currently, it's 54. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Westera Credit Union. Selected as one of the 5 best in-state credit unions in Colorado by Forbes 2 years in a row. More info at westeracu.com. That's westeracu.com.
Affordable interest mortgage. AImortgage.net for a variety of loans that may really pique your interest, especially when it comes to the fix-up loan. You find a house you want to fix up, but you don't have the cash. Do you know that you can get a fix-up loan with affordable interest mortgage? Here's how it works. It's really cool. You find out how much it's going to cost to fix it up and build it into the loan. They will give you an appraisal based on the finished product. Think about that. So you get a higher loan, they escrow the money for repairs, and then that goes into an account to fix up the house. AImortgage.net for the fix-up loan. They also have the liquid loan, which is a 30-year line of credit where you pay simple interest over 30 years. You can take out as much or as little as you want with a checking account. You can actually put extra money in there to save on interest. It's all up to you. 720-895-0500. That's 720-895-0500. Now, let's talk about FixMyHome.com. Fix it 24/7. I use Fix-It for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. They're a good company. You can trust them in your home to find any problem for $39. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And you should call before you have a major problem, when you're not freezing your ass off, so you can call and get good options and not be under pressure. And for $39, they come and find any problem in any area, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, with a complete estimate of what it will take to fix. And if you decide to get it fixed, they will credit you the $39. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. I have once a month, you know how I feel about health stuff, right? You've heard me talk about the core scans, right? You heard me talk about Colorado Pain Care. I want to talk about Rocky Mountain IV Medics. They come here once a month, give me some hydration therapy. Rocky Mountain IV Medics will come to you at no more than it would cost you to go to an IV bar, an IV clinic. But why would you bother doing that when they come to you? Medical professionals in your home. You can text for same-day appointments. You can text right now, 720-987-2155. In fact, sometimes within an hour you can get someone. 720-987-2155, whether it be a migraine, a hangover, maybe dehydration, vitamin deficiency, or you want to get over the flu or some sickness. It helps. RockyMountainIVMedics.com, 720-987-2155.
Hey, it's Ross. You know, there are a lot of things that can cause trouble for someone's voice. For me, it was some kind of trauma to my vocal cords, and we don't really know what caused it. It could also be a physical trauma. Maybe you get hit in the throat. Whatever it is, if you are having trouble because of trauma to your vocal cords and your voice is giving out on you, you've got to get in touch with Dr. David Opperman at the Colorado Voice Clinic. He is truly the best. He is the man who saved my voice, and I trust him to help you. I want you to learn more at coloradovoiceclinic.com.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
The holidays remind us to count our blessings, family, friends, warm home, and plentiful food. But for too many of our neighbors, single women, families, veterans, and seniors across northern Colorado, they struggle during the holidays and throughout the year. They rely on Catholic Charities, and because of the kindness of people like you, your donation provides shelter, counseling, housing, health care, support, and so much more. Donations before the end of the year are tax deductible. Go to ccdenver.org. Catholic Charities, supporting neighbors, transforming lives.
You know why I do commercials for SimplyFloorsInc.com? Because I personally use them. I'm consumer advocate Mark Major. If you're in the market for flooring, you have to check out SimplyFloorsInc.com. Not only do they have the newest LVT that's scratch resistant and waterproof, they also have the most beautiful lines of hardwood in carpet. They do free design services, and they can save you up to 40% from the big box stores. The best service, the best prices, SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths. Oh boy, the holidays are coming fast. And yes, I know you've been getting busier and busier, and I'm aware you might want to put off your new kitchen or bath project till later. I know that. But as it is every year, it's my job to keep all of our people busy right through the holidays into the new year. So, can we entice you to call now, order now, and install later?
This is Todd Cicchini. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll make you a business offer. If you call now and take a look, and then decide to go ahead with your full kitchen or bath project, we'll reduce the retail price by a full 15%. But you have to understand, we'll only be doing this for a short time.
That's right, Todd. That means the folks will get a beautiful new look in their kitchen or bath at a time that works for them, and we will keep all our people busy.
Okay. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors, you have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Do you know what SaferNet is? It's an app that goes on your phone. It saved my ass the other day. It goes on your phone and runs in the background. And I got a text saying something about something, and I fell for it. I can't believe it because it was something weird, and I don't know why I did it. SaferNet stopped it. SaferNet, by the way, can go on your computer, your laptop, your tablet. It's just a couple bucks a month for each one. And it runs in the background, constantly vigilant against all malware, all ransomware, all viruses. It could have saved that pipeline, that oil pipeline, millions of dollars. It can save your ass, too. SaferNet.com. SaferNet.com. That's where you download it. SaferNet.com. Now, oh, by the way, you can try it out for 44 days free. Free. SaferNet.com. All you do is put Tom in the promo code. 44 days free. Chuck, you have Social Security information. Are you insinuating we said something wrong? What did we get wrong? Are you there? Okay. Going once, going twice, bye. All right, let's talk to Lisa. Lisa, what's going on with you, Lisa? How do we help?
Hi, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Lisa, it sounds I hate towing problems. What's going on with it?
Well, I feel like they're being kind of predatory. So my mom lives in this apartment that she's lived in since 2013, and this is the third time her license plates have been stolen. But in this last case that just happened last week, the plates were not stolen, but the year sticker was scraped off of the plates, which made it ineligible to be legally parked in the lot. And
now
so,
why would someone scrape off the year?
Exactly. And why leave the plates intact and just scrape off the year?
Jeez.
That's a good question.
Did your mom have an up-to-date?
She does. She's traveling right now, so I was able to get a copy of her registration, and it doesn't expire until March of 2022. So it's current. So the issue that I have is several things. First of all, that Wyatt's Towing Company placed this towing warning on Friday afternoon at 12:41 with a 72-hour window to get it resolved. So assuming a person sees this notice on their car right away, they have a very tight window to get to the DMV to get this resolved before the 72-hour period.
Well, they wouldn't have to get to the DMV. All they have to do is start up their car and move it somewhere temporarily until they do get it ready. At least they don't get it towed. They take it to a friend's house or somewhere.
And I'm sure that's in the rules, too, when you move in there.
No, there's no doubt it's in the rules, and I understand your mom's a victim. I understand that.
Well,
but
she was traveling, so she wasn't even there. So I got the notice, and I was trying to move her car, but I couldn't because I didn't have the keys. She's traveling and has her keys with her. So
right.
And then you try to call the apartment because the towing company said, "Oh, we can't rescind it. It's up to the apartment building." And you try to call them, and it's the weekend, and I can't reach anybody at the apartment. So then I just have a few hours today to try to get this rectified because my mom's not going to be back from her trip until after the 72 hours.
Where are her keys? Where are her keys?
She has them with her.
That is, oh my goodness. You know, in a way, Lisa, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but Wyatt's and the apartment complex, if they could look up the car, do they have like a list of the acceptable cars and stuff? They don't want abandoned cars. That's why if you have an out-of-date plate, almost every apartment complex in Denver or in Colorado will tow you. Every one of them. If your license is out of date, they will tow you.
Yeah, and I get that.
Is it scraped off both plates, the front and the back?
It's only on the back.
Well, the year sticker only goes on the back.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, the year sticker only goes on the back. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you have a month and a year sticker, and the month.
Yeah, I know the month and the year. Yeah.
Well, it's Monday.
Yeah,
did you try contacting the building today?
I did, and they finally told me that, so I was able to provide them with a copy of my mom's registration showing that her car was still.
Good.
Yeah. So they've given her some extra days. But it was
excellent. So Lisa, was the whole what was the whole point of the call? Is to say it's not her fault. I get it. It's not my fault. There's nothing we can do about it. But you see, apartment complexes, tow companies, people like that, they don't give a damn. I don't even know how to put it. They don't care.
I agree, but the issue I have is that this happened on a Friday afternoon, so my mom's retired, so she has time to get to the DMV.
Okay, Lisa,
what
were they...
Had she been home?
I'm not sticking up for them, but what I'm asking is, what were they supposed to do? If this was discovered Friday afternoon, what were they supposed to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you tell me. I'm wondering what they could have done better. I'm not saying you're not upset. I would be upset too. And I know we throw our hands up. There used to be a world, this is what's weird, Lisa, there used to be a world where extenuating circumstances meant something. Now, no one cares. No one cares.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
It's not like you can talk to... Well, at least you did get through to somebody where you showed your registration.
Gotcha. And I understand that. I understand extenuating circumstances, et cetera. But one of the things that really set me off with this is my mom has lived at this apartment since 2013. This is the third time her license plates have been stolen. So, the apartment building has done nothing to increase security,
Are other people having this problem?
There were a bunch of tow notices. Thankfully, the lady that was watching my mom's cat noticed this on her car and called me. Otherwise,
what, Lisa?
My mom probably would have come home from her trip today with no car.
There are covers that you can put on your license plate to prevent this, and they're hard enough to get off with special screws. It's not a regular screwdriver. It's worth investing in. It's a frame. It's a smoked kind of plexi cover, and it has special screws that fit in right in where the regular screws go, and it slows them down enough. They don't want to mess with your car. They'll just move on. But with this one, they were just being mean because they scraped it off. They didn't even want the sticker because you can't. They're made so you can't pull them off.
Which makes me wonder, is this somebody at Wyatt's that's going around scraping these off so that they can get business? I don't know. I know that's complete conjecture, but
okay. Well, hold on. So let's say it is. What do you do about it?
Yeah. Well, as I said too, an issue that I have is with.
You think the cops are going to stake it out? No. I'm saying, what if it is? Plant a camera somewhere.
I want the apartment to increase their security so that the residents are safe.
Welcome to the real world.
Yeah.
I mean, Lisa, I'm not saying this to put you down. I'm saying this because I'm disgusted too. I mean, but we don't have our...
It's frustrating. Yeah.
Everything's frustrating, Lisa. Everything. I mean, it is. It's frustrating. I totally agree with you. If anyone has any ideas, let us know.
Well, it sounds like the apartment complex at least took care of the problem today.
This report is sponsored by the Denver Museum of Nature.
She's just venting.
An accident is reported now on the ramp from 84th Avenue on the southbound I-25. The right lane of the ramp is blocked there. So do expect some delay in the area. I-25 itself is moving along fine with no problem.
You do know some states ban those tinted covers.
Yeah, I was asking.
Not tinted. I just meant a plexiglass cover.
No, I know, but I'm just saying they have plexiglass covers from clear all the way to almost jet black.
Have you seen the ones that are like a curved and you can barely see the lights?
That's mine. I got one like that.
Do you?
I have one like that, but you can see through it. Okay.
But you can't take a picture though.
I got stopped coming out of Oklahoma back into California, going through Kansas. I guess that is Kansas. And the guy couldn't see my plate. He was like 60 yards up the side. I'll tell you about it.
Let's talk about a gift card you can purchase right now for just $150 that could possibly be the best gift you ever give anyone. I'm serious. It's called Core Scans. You may have heard me talk about it. And I am a believer because I went and discovered soft plaque. Now, the good news is I discovered it a while ago and stopped it in its tracks and reversed it. You can too. COR scans, corescans.com. Do it for someone you love. $150. You can print out the gift card right now, give it to them in a gift, or you can have it emailed. It's probably the best gift you can ever give. Now, this scan is a quick 15-minute or less scan, non-invasive, pain-free, keep your clothes on. It's of the carotid artery, but this one detects soft plaque and gives you the risk of heart attack and stroke, which is amazing. It's the most accurate at this cost diagnosis available anywhere. So please, give someone the gift of life. Corescans.com in Denver and Boulder, Core without the E, corescans.com, 720-740-2663. Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine can get you out of pain. Everybody I've sent there has thanked me for it. Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine. They immediately get to work to get you out of pain. You can be out of pain for the holidays right now. They can do like a trigger point injection to get you over the hump. They can do physical therapy or both. They can do more invasive techniques. They have spinal blocks. They have nerve cords, spinal cord stimulators, different things for different folks. The important thing is they don't sit still and just monitor you. They get to work. ColoradoPainCare.com, 303-GOT-PAIN, 303-GOT-PAIN. So I have some friends that wanted to buy a house, but they didn't have the money to fix it up. They lived in it for years and slowly fixed it up a little at a time, and it was always junky. Now with the fix-up loan, you never have to do that. You can get a loan right now with very low interest, right? You know what the rates are. And you can escrow money to fix up the house. When you get a fix-up loan with affordable interest mortgage, you know what else they do? They appraise the house in its finished condition. Think about that. You get a higher value, right? And then you use the extra money to fix up the house. It doesn't come out of pocket and you're paying very low interest on it. So now you live in a home you want and you have one low monthly payment. Affordable interest mortgage, AImortgage.net. So think about that when you find a house that needs some improvements. AImortgage.net, affordable interest mortgage. 720-895-0500. Of course, they have conventional VA, FHA, and everything else you need. But that fix-up loan is extraordinary. 720-895-0500.
Hey.
So, yeah, I got stopped by a cop. Yes. I'm driving on the highway. The cop's up here, Doc. Okay. He's way up here on the side, looking straight out. I go by, 5 or 6 cars come back behind me. We're all spaced out nice. We're all doing about 78 miles an hour. Cop pulls out on the road, gets in the center lane, and just cruises along, passing by everyone. When he comes up to me, he sits off my tail for a minute, and then drops in behind me and lights me up.
What'd you do?
I wasn't speeding. He lit me up because...
I mean, what'd you do when he pulled you over?
I pulled over and sat there for a second. Waited till he came up and asked me what was I doing. And I said, I wasn't speeding. He says, your license plate cover. And I'm thinking, I started to get argumentative with him. Like, you didn't see that until you caught up with me. Okay, so why are you out here?
What does it do? Like, just blazes?
It's really hard to see. I mentioned that to Tom the other day.
If you're off on the sides, you can't see it. You have to literally be directly behind it.
The one that you have?
The one that I have. You have to be almost directly behind it.
And really close.
And if you want to take a picture of it, you literally have to be in line.
Does it block the E470 shit?
No, E470. I got my little transponder. I don't know what happened with E470.
Got it.
Okay. But he stopped me and he says, "Well, that's illegal." You know, I'm like, illegal where? You know, it's legal where I come from.
Yeah.
And he says, "Well, it's illegal here." He says, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going home to where it's legal." Okay. So he stopped there and talked to me, and then I started complimenting him on the car that he was driving. Because it was nice car. He blacked out with that ghosted police symbol in the side where you really can't see it unless you're looking at it too. And I was talking to him, and he kind of, yeah. So while we were sitting there, Belinda then started looking it up, what states is it legal in, and she comes up with the list of states that it's legal in. It shows the countries. Well, it's legal where we come from.
Brought to you by
Got a warning.
Yeah, it still doesn't matter. He could have given me a ticket.
He could have given me a ticket, but I got a warning. Got the hell out of Kansas. Okay.
So really, no harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul in that stopping.
Right.
I get it.
I can see why, because I was telling Tom, if there's an accident or a driver that's doing something like a drunk driver, you can't see the damn license plate to report it. Yeah. So I have a problem with that.
Now some of them are freaking blacked out, Doc. You can't see them unless you get right up on it.
They sell some black tolls. That's what I thought maybe you had yours for.
I paid the toll thing. That is convenient for me. For us.
Yeah, you have to almost.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I got one email, speaking of Social Security. A woman says, "Tom, don't say the higher wage earners paying more money." They don't. That Social Security is cut off at $147,000. You don't pay beyond that. So if you make millions, I said if you make millions, you're paying more. She says everyone above 147 and above pay the same.
Well, there's truth to what she's saying. That's correct. But if you're self-employed, for example, you're paying 12.4%, not 6.2%. That someone's on standard W-2. Then if you're an employer and have 1,000 employees or whatever, you're matching theirs 6.2 with your own 6.2.
Right.
So honestly, I've paid a lot into Social Security over my years.
Now, Chuck, I'm sorry we're running out of time, but I can keep you over. You said you had Social Security information?
Well, if you can hear me this time,
yes,
can you?
Yes, I can.
Okay, just to ask your experts, I was told once upon a time that when you get to 62.3...
Hold on. I'll come right back. Promise. I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans for your...
I paid 12.4% for my entire working career because I was self-employed. In my practice, I paid 6.2 for my employees, and I paid 12.4 for me. Yeah.
Now, are we on... off that portion of the principal faster. They also have credit optimization where they can help you tweak your credit. It just takes a few hours to get you even better pricing, or they have the rate guarantee. So if rates go down even further, they will refinance you free of charge over the next 2 years. Give them a call, 303-867-7000, whether you are refinancing or buying, and check out their pre-approval. If you're buying, it's like a cash offer. Yes, you're already approved, not pre-qualified. Approved. All you need is the appraisal. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. Closing in 3 weeks or less. IdealHomeLoans.com.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. An iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
ABC News. I'm Derek Dennis. President Biden saying he'll get a first-hand look at the devastation after a string of tornadoes in the Midwest and the South.
I intend to travel to Kentucky on Wednesday.
The death toll in hard-hit Kentucky has risen to 64.
With each passing day, the human impact of this devastation is the depth of the losses are becoming more and more apparent.
ABC's Jim Ryan is in western Kentucky.
At least 78 people in 5 states are counted among the dead. Of those, says an emotional Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear,
the age range is 5 months to 86 years, and 6 are younger than 18.
The candle factory in the town of Mayfield was one of the hardest hit buildings. At least 8 were killed there. 8 more are still unaccounted for.
Vice President Kamala Harris today revealing plans to build 500,000 charging stations for electric vehicles across the country, paid for from infrastructure package funds. This is ABC News. Time is out with its person of the year, Elon Musk.
Some have described him as a spoiled, uncaring, greedy businessman who pays no mind to those who don't appreciate his particular brand of genius. Others say Elon Musk is just that, a genius. Earlier this year, he hosted SNL.
Look, I know I sometimes say or post strange things, but that's just how my brain works. To anyone I've offended, I just want to say I reinvented electric cars, and I'm sending people to Mars in a rocket ship. Did you think I was also going to be a chill, normal dude?
Musk tells Time one of the next of his many goals is to build a self-sustaining city on Mars. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
New York's biggest airport getting a much-needed major upgrade. The state's Governor Kathy Hochul announcing today that JFK Airport's renovation will be funded by the bipartisan infrastructure package that passed a few weeks ago.
We have this unique moment in history when that ambition is met by the ability to have funding sources.
I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet. The faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Hey, yeah, how's it going?
Word of mouth has Dante's dental clinic thriving.
17 new patients? Nice. Is this next month's calendar?
But he needs another dentist to give his schedule a good cleaning.
This is this week? You're kidding. Oh, you're not.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
KHOW News Time, 103.
At Empower Field at Mile High.
Goff play fakes the draw, throws the out cut, and it's picked off on a great interception. That is Justin Simmons with the pick of the year.
A dominating performance from the Broncos as they took down the Detroit Lions 38-10. The game felt like a dedication to a fellow Bronco, Demaryius Thomas, the way they rallied together, running over to the big 88 painted on the field after every big play. Broncos are at home again next week hosting the Bengals. If you're looking for more snowfall in the metro area, you'll have to wait a while. The mountains due for more snow Tuesday into Wednesday, with maybe a shower in Denver, but after that, the forecast for precipitation is bleak.
Keeping an eye on maybe a weaker system as we head through your next weekend, but the long-range models really don't show any real decent chances for real good moisture release through the metro area along the Front Range.
That's Fox 31's Travis Michaels. Ski traffic was up a bit over this past weekend. I'm David Kale.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply.
I-25 pretty wide open on the drive through the metro area. We are seeing the usual volume on 270 through Commerce City, and westbound I-70 a bit sluggish between Holly and the Coliseum. In the High Country, roadwork backing things up on westbound I-70 for about 2 miles, approaching Silverthorne, and there's a crash jamming things on eastbound I-70 at Copper Mountain. Off freeway, there's a crash northbound Parker Road at Quincy. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, plenty of sunshine this afternoon, clouds increasing tonight. A high today in the upper 50s will cool off to the low 30s overnight tonight. It's 54 right now in Denver. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Murdoch's Country Christmas Sale is going on now. Save on gifts like a new pair of boots, a rugged tool set, or durable pet toys for the four-legged family member. Still can't decide? There's always a Murdoch's gift card. Hurry in. Sale ends soon.
You know, so many people call me when they're injured and they say, Tom, who should I call? And I say, John Fuller at Fuller Law. Personal injury is nothing to fool around about. The other side will always try to minimize your claim. The other side will always try to make you feel greedy or not entitled. You need someone who will fight for you. If it's someone else's fault, you should be paid. It's not something you can ever do on your own. John Fuller will fight for you, and he only gets paid if you get paid. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. PersonalInjuryCO.com.
Ho, ho, ho. It's time for the Tanner Gun Show. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Arapahoe County Fairgrounds in Aurora. The best place to find Christmas gifts for all your loved ones. This will be Colorado's largest gun show ever, with over 800 vendors selling new and hard-to-find used firearms, home protection handguns, ammo, stun guns, knives, and so much more. Such good deals, you'll feel like Santa Claus. Tanner Gun Show tickets are available at the door or online at tannergunshow.com.
Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Leland Conway.
Boston Celtics player Enes Kanter is proud to be an American. He immigrated from Turkey, and he's one of the few big celebrities speaking out for freedom. We'll talk about it at 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630 K.
Martino, welcome to the show. What's going on in your life? 303-713-TALK is our number, 303-713-8255. You can also call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. This hour brought to you by RenewHomeInnovation.com. For the slickest, most beautiful showers or tubs or shower tub combos or toilets, or just if you want to do that bathroom, they specialize in that wet area of the bath, and they do custom showers with no thresholds. So you can wheel in or walk in with walkers. It's great for people with disabilities or just anyone really. Grab bars anywhere you want them, shelves, seating. It's a wonderful product. Plenty of material. They can start your project immediately. No supply chain shortage with them because they've stocked up. Renew Home Innovation, special pricing for seniors and for veterans. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000, 303-904-2000. Listen, Suze, we got a call about from a woman saying that her mom's stickers they keep getting stolen off the license plate, and that causes her car to be towed. You have information on that?
Well, I had a police officer call in. She wouldn't say what district she was with, but said most police stations have these tamper-proof screws you can pick up for free. And she said it's pretty hard to find the right screwdriver to unscrew them.
If you but it has to have the plexi cover over it.
No, that's just so you know, it's illegal to put anything over your license plate, Tom, even a plexi cover.
Well,
she said to tell you that. It just replaces the regular screws.
You mean so they don't steal the license plate?
She said they're not able to.
So they don't steal the license plate, but they can still rip off your stickers. That's.
Well, she's listening, so she can call back.
No, they do shred. It's stupid that they try to do that. Excuse me, I drank my water wrong. But
if you screw those on tight enough, when I tried to put Mark's sticker on his car, I couldn't get those frames off to put the sticker on.
Those screws are great. They do help license plate thefts. They do help prevent those.
And apparently you can get them on Amazon, too.
But I still would put a cover over it. I don't care if it is illegal. How many people actually get a ticket for covering their license plate? If you can, as long as you can read it. I don't know. Did anyone ever get a ticket for that? Now, Russ, you have a towing comment. Go ahead, Russ.
Well, the simplest thing to do is have the towing company call the police department. A police department can run your tags or even your VIN number, find out if your car's stolen, expired, or whatever. And bingo, that's the end of that. No tow job.
Except they don't want to. They don't want to. They want to tow it.
Well, then you need to call your congressman and your city council and everybody else and say, you need to change the law before you tow my car.
No, I listen, it's not even, here's the thing about it. It's not a law that it has to be towed. It's the apartment complex that's deciding to tow it based on it being expired. Here's their reasoning. We've gone round and round with apartment complexes on this, Russ, and their comment is this: we don't want abandoned cars in our parking lot. So they figure if you're expired, it's abandoned. Isn't that crazy?
Well,
that's really what they do.
No. But you see, there is a law that the towing companies have to go through the Public Utilities Commission, that they have to abide by certain laws, no matter what an apartment complex says. You got a car that's legit, paid for, registered, but someone stole your plate.
So you're saying there should be a law on tow trucks that they have to check first.
Yes, you can't just tow somebody's car because a plate fell off or a sticker fell off or someone stole it or whatever. I mean, that's just too simple to
Russ,
go out
that's
there and tow cars.
Russ, that is a great idea, bro. That is a great idea. KW has a comment. This struck a nerve. So does Dennis. KW, what's your comment?
I always just cut a hashtag in my sticker and with a little razor blade, and then you can't pull it off. It just little specks of it will come off, so they'll go on to another one.
Oh, by the way, isn't it already made? It's already made where you can't tear them off.
Well, with a razor blade, you can get one off.
I've never seen one that could come off, but okay, I've never seen one. In fact, and you know why I know that? Because by mistake, if I go to put it on too quickly, then I want to move it. I said, oh my God, it's coming apart. Dennis, what about you? What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, mine was the same comment. I take a razor blade and I make slices on it, so when you start peeling it off, it's going to come off in pieces, and they'll just move on to another one.
You know what? I see what you're saying. They're smaller pieces than the way it comes from DMV, and so therefore it's not even worth trying to get it off.
No, I make a bunch of hash marks in mine, and that way, if they start peeling it, all they're going to get little pieces.
Okay, and you know what else, Dennis? I just realized. Do you take off I always take off the stickers underneath. Do you?
I always take them off and go right to the bare metal.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you put hashes in them. Okay, thanks. That's good information, man. That's what I love. News you can use. But in any case, did you know it's illegal to cover your plate? Now, I know there are some plates, they have that rounded cover that can't be seen from angles. So the cameras can't get them. Wow, that's a pain. There are, Mark. There are some made so you can't photograph them. But then what do you do when you go to DIA or like Cherry Creek Mall where they have to take a picture of your plate and compare it? Weird. But
I think a lot of that's getting solved by technology, too, because a lot of these police cars driving around are just constantly scanning your license plate and seeing if it's matching the car, and it's all automatic. Unless they get a red flag, then they look at it.
Do you run a front plate?
No,
I don't either.
No, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've not run a front plate for years, but I get a ticket every now and then. I have to pay, too. Doggone it. So that's a pain in the ass. But that you got to be mean to stop and give someone for not having a front plate. But in any case, 303-713-TALK. Some of these cars are not made for front plates, Mark. Have you seen them? They're not made for them, man. And anyway, so if you got a comment on stickers or not, give us a call. But here's the deal. Sometimes you run across things so extraordinary, you got to share them. I just got to share this story. Has nothing to do with the show, but my God, you want to talk about resilient people. Mark, there was a woman who was named Julianne Kopek. At age 17, a lightning struck the plane she was in. That plane went on to crash, and hundreds were killed. But she was not in that plane when it crashed, because when lightning struck near her seat, she was sucked out of the airplane, seat and all. She fell for 2 miles, still strapped to her seat, and lived.
Now, wait a minute.
Hold on. She then got out of her seat and hiked 9 days through the Amazon jungle. No, hold on. I had to verify this because hold on. Through the Amazon jungle before eventually being rescued by loggers. She was the sole survivor in Lanza Flight 508 that killed 93 people in December 1971. She wrote a book, Miracles Still Happen. Now listen, this sounds so unbelievable to me. I'm wondering if I'm being pranked, but it's really the right website I went to. Her name, look it up, Mark. I'm going to give it to you. Julianne, Juliane, right? Julianne, Juli. Okay, Koepke. It's Koepcke.
Now, how do you fall?
2 miles in a seat. Are you reading about it?
There's like 100 articles.
Is it incredible? Why did I just find out about this?
How is it possible?
I found it on my Quora feed, and I thought, no way.
But how is it even possible?
Oh, I know why, because it's
breaking her fall.
Oh, it's
the chair, and then she started breaking her fall.
My God, but falling too, and I know why. This was because the anniversary. That's why it was in my core feed. It's the anniversary.
Guys,
of it.
Listen, people jump 4 stories and die.
She was in a plane seat.
Okay, so what? How do you go 2 miles and live?
Well, it did, and look, man, look at her. There she is. Look at her. Look at her coming out of the woods.
There's no way that's real. There's no way.
Well, maybe it's just for the book.
That's like for a movie or something. The dress isn't even ripped.
Yeah, it's called Wings. The movie is called Wings of Hope.
I find it more unusual that she hiked for 9 days in the Amazon.
She did hike for 9 days, and by the way, had some other. She had this weird. What she was plagued with? What are these slugs? I call them slugs.
Leeches.
Yeah. This and larvae. This woman is truly amazing, and yeah. I thought
there's people that jump off the Golden Gate Bridge and die. Like
can you
every
imagine?
Day they
can you imagine
off of it?
Can you imagine being sucked out of a plane and falling in your seat?
I don't believe her. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you don't believe her?
I don't believe it.
It's documented. She She got sucked
weird.
out of the plane. What do you think? She heard about the plane crash and go plant a seat?
Maybe she fell out like. How does she know it was 2 miles for one?
Well, because when she was hit by lightning, the seat was taken out of the plane with her in it.
Well, how do we know that didn't happen like 100 feet above?
Oh, Mark.
How do you fall 2 miles and live? 2 miles.
You better read her story because it was documented here. It says it was a verified account by rescuers and loggers, and the plane came apart 2 miles high. That's one thing. And, well, it did crash. I don't know if it completely came apart. But hold on, David, you have a comment on that plate cover. Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
Yes, about 2 years ago, I was driving down Ute Pass late at night during a snowstorm, and I think the police officer was just trying to make a quota. But basically, he pulled me over for not staying in my lane, which you couldn't see because it was snowing. But when he pulled me over, he gave me a ticket for staying out of my lane and for an illegal license plate because I had a license plate cover on the back of my vehicle. I used it to protect it because I did a lot of towing, and I used it to protect it when I hook up.
Can you believe a guy in a snowstorm stopping somebody for that? That's crazy.
What's that?
In a snowstorm,
he later modified it and said it was a dirty license plate, but originally he said, I'm giving you a ticket for an illegal license plate because you had a cover on it. And I said, the only reason I have a cover is to protect it when I'm backing up to hook up my trailer.
Okay, well, thank you. I mean, that cop didn't have much of a life in a snowstorm to get you for being out of your lane, unless you were completely in the opposite lane. Now, Jerry, what's your comment on license plates?
Yeah, I see how it can be done. What you do is you walk up to a car on the back of the car, lift up the corner of the license plate, just kind of bend it up, get a lighter, just a regular cigarette lighter, put it underneath that part and heat it up just a little bit, and all the plates, all the covers you have on won't matter because it softens the glue and sticker comes right off in your hand.
My God, that sounds like a guy that's done it. I don't like you, Jerry. I don't like you. Hey, Randy, what do you have to say?
Tom?
Yeah.
You guys are saying that didn't happen. Well, you say it happened. Yeah. I read an in-depth story on that. You know how she was in the back of the plane.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I want to hear your story, but I don't want to rush you. Hang on. We'll come back to you. And Skeptic Mark. Hey,
hey, it's wrong.
Fall 2 miles and live.
She wasn't in the plane. She was sucked out.
How do you explain that she lived and dropped 2 miles? How is it possible? People die 4 fucking stories kills you.
Well,
2 miles?
If you're in the seat and you go...
Well, there have been people with parachutes that didn't open, they lived. How do they live?
Mark, what about if she's falling down into the canopy and there's so much foliage?
That's my thought right there. That's my thought right there.
There's so much
Hold on,
foliage
guys.
that
Hold
it
on.
fall.
Get a market valuation of your home for free from Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Listen, Frank is busy selling homes, right? You're wondering, why is he doing this free? Well, he wants to get as much information as in the market as possible. Plus, he wants to show you the work he'll do if you ever decide to list. There's no obligation. And let me explain this. This is really the deal, okay? This is like a 14 or 15-page report with pictures and comparables and measurements. It's way more accurate than an appraisal. Yeah, the person buying needs an appraisal to see for the loan and all that. But houses are selling for more than the appraisal. More. So this evaluation becomes better for you. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
You know, I'm a savvy shopper, and I'm going to give you guys a little hint right now, and I'm not kidding. If you need a new furnace or a new air conditioner, you got to check out 888 Heating. Not only can you get a new furnace and a new air conditioner, they're going to throw in a new whole home humidifier, all starting at $8,000. And you know what the kicker is? They're going to give you 5 years to pay for it, interest-free. You need to check these guys out. And by the way, if you just want your furnace repaired, these guys don't strong-arm you. You can call them out. They'll give you an honest-to-God quote to fix anything. I don't care how old it is. 888heating.com is their website, or call them at 888-HEATING.
Everybody has noticed.
Yeah, you know what? I just call bullshit when I hear bullshit.
I don't think a normal person can live 9 days in the Amazon. That's my contention. You don't know how to purify water. You don't know how to collect food. I mean, you know, have you ever seen these, it's called Naked and Afraid? Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Okay, these are survivalists who have trouble doing it. And this is just a normal person with 9 days in the Amazon jungle.
This is lucky. That's plain lucky.
I find that more unbelievable than falling out of a plane.
Well, she's going to be at terminal velocity. I don't know what that seat weighs, but let's say the seat and her is what, 200 pounds? She's going to be cruising at fucking 170 miles an hour and fucking fall 2 miles and live. Bullshit.
They could be.
All those people in the fucking Twin Towers should have lived then. They all should have lived because that's not even close.
But she's falling through 100 feet of thick foliage. I can understand that.
Yeah, okay. Let me tell you, when you hit a tree branch at 150, it's going to hurt like a motherfucker. It's going to snap you in half.
Unless the chair, she's strapped in the chair. I mean, let's just go hypothetical here. She's falling in the chair, all right? She's got 2 miles to fall. That fall,
and she's waving her arm.
No, it doesn't matter what she's doing with her arms. That fall is going to stabilize to a certain extent. It's got to.
What do you mean stabilize? She's going to be falling. Yet the weight is going to be going down.
The weight's going to be going down.
And she's going to hit fucking terminal velocity of about 150.
And she's going to start falling through this tree canopy.
And I think the leaves and branches are breaking her fall.
And then she survives, like Doc said, in the fucking Amazon for 9 days.
Which I find hard to believe.
Then she accidentally fell over fucking Niagara Falls, and there was no problem.
It was an Amazon warehouse, not the jungle.
And it had a big trampoline.
I want to know, since when does lightning cause someone to get sucked out of a plane? Lightning hits planes all the time, and nothing happens because they're made to sustain a lightning hit.
Well, in 1971, it might not have been the same.
Yeah, in 1971, these fools believed her.
Is that what happened?
Something happened. I'm telling you, she didn't fall fucking 2 miles and live. I mean, that's just. It doesn't even make fucking sense.
800-939-1331. 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331.
If it's after lunch, I probably wouldn't have fed up to the type. I get a little ornery when I'm hungry, and time is everything, people. That's why my sportsbook app has live in-game betting for football. I don't care if the game has already started. If the time to make your moves in the second half, go for it. Caesar's got to. Caesar likes to move freely. That's why I'm possible.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-522-4700.
I have a feeling what happened is she was in part of the plane. So not are you just falling 2 miles a dead drop. You're coming like this. You're falling at a very slow rate compared to terminal velocity. And then it fucking went over the trees and shit like you guys. And she got lucky as fuck. But she did not fucking drop out 2 fucking miles and live. There is no way. A dead fall at 2 miles, and that's what these stories make it sound like.
Well, first off, it's a plane crash, and so there's no such thing as a dead fall.
Well, he said she got sucked out of the plane 2 miles in the air.
Still would be a dead fall.
Hi, Tom
Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, now, Randy, you have a comment on the lady falling from the plane. I'm going to go to John after that. Go ahead. What do you have to say about that? Mark says impossible.
No, it did happen. It's true. She was still strapped in her seat, Tom. The seat was still fastened to the fuselage floor. And when
to the floor, Mark, to the fuselage floor. Okay, then what?
So it was, so it was a big section,
Oh.
And it was like, like an eggshell, when you crack it, how it's like a bowl,
Yeah. So the bottom of the bottom of the fuselage was connected to the seat, and it was like an eggshell around her. Yeah,
that's right. And then part of the side too. So it was kind of like an umbrella. You throw an umbrella up in the air that's open.
That's a lot different, though. The way you painted the picture at first time, she got the lightning.
It said she got sucked out. That's what it said on the account.
Too much.
Well, that's the account I said, but that's still pretty damn incredible.
It's way incredible.
It's kind of floated down, and she did survive it. Her fiance next to her was killed because of the debris when the plane came apart. It was flying.
Hey, what did they say? What did the plane come apart?
Lightning.
Just a lightning strike.
Was she conscious when she was falling?
Yes, and she had seen a movie or before that actually happened, and it was going through her mind. She had 2 minutes of free fall.
Oh my God!
She was in free fall, and it was kind of it was not going straight down. I was a skydiver for 20 years. I know how you can.
Oh my God!
You're not going to survive hitting the ground, but if you're in the plane, it's a miracle, obviously. And then she landed in a canopy of trees too, so that softened the blow.
That helped.
That portion of that plane came down, so she was in like half an eggshell, and it slowed down her rate of fall, and she did survive. Another person survived. They figured 2 to 3 days, but finally succumbed to their
But this woman then walks 9 miles through the Amazon?
Yeah, I don't remember how many miles, but it took her a number of days before she found some help, and they couldn't believe, like, what are you doing out here in the middle of nowhere? But
oh my God! It's so hard, John. What did you have to say about that? Go ahead, John.
Oh, hey, Tom, and everybody. How's it going?
Good.
Just a comment about that. It's like, if you guys don't believe in the man upstairs, man, then it's hard to believe. But I mean. He's there.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, I have all sorts of little things happen to me all the time that are, like, unbelievable. I mean, nothing like that, but, like, I don't know if you got time for a story or two.
Give me the most amazing thing that happened to you. Go ahead.
Oh, well, no, there's things get tied together. Right now it's like a whole bunch of signs, but here's a quick one. Mainly it's a lot of numbers things, but I keep like food in my car for homeless people. I was driving home one day and I see like a guy with a long white beard and a bunch of bike stuff around him, and there was somebody else there. I didn't pay much attention to it. It's like, oh, I think they're homeless. Okay, maybe I should stop. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, okay, I will. And so then I took a right again, and then I passed by actually, before this, I was listening to the radio, and I heard Tom Petty and who's the other guy? Leonard Skinner. And what do they have in common?
I don't know.
They're from Florida.
Oh, okay.
And it just hit me. It's like, Florida. That's interesting. Okay. So as I turned around, I passed some apartments that said something or other Florida apartments. And I go, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, well, I'm on West Florida Boulevard. So it's like, or Avenue, whatever it is. It's here in
That's what you call synchronicity, you know. That's a whole different thing. Anyway, go ahead.
It ain't even done yet. So I turn right. I get back on Wadsworth. I get back up to where those guys were. And the guy with the white beard's gone. There's other guy's still sitting there. But the guy with the white beard, his stuff is still sitting there, a bunch of bike stuff. And so I stopped and I said, hey, could you give that old guy this stuff, some food and water? And he goes, well, I'm homeless too. I'm like, oh, okay, here. And if you don't see the guy, give him what I gave you.
Yeah.
And so we were just chit-chatting, and he goes, yeah, I'm from Colorado. Had problems with my girlfriend where I was living. I just got back from Florida. And so I started laughing. It's like, oh, well, we got a Florida theme going here. And so he said, well, my favorite place in the world is West Palm Beach, Florida.
Of course.
Like, oh, okay, cool. And so, he says it's a rough town, but he likes it. And so I went back home, like, all right, whatever. It was an interesting, nice guy.
And
I was watching this Bible guy that I like to watch online, and he said Jesus is Yahweh. And I'm like, no. And so that's just not what I believe. And so I was responding to his YouTube video.
And
then I realized, hey, wait a minute, this guy's in Florida.
So listen, man.
I thought that
synchronicity. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Now hold on. Now,
I would assume if you looked hard enough, you'd find it everywhere.
Well, you don't find it everywhere, but it happens. But Carl, this psychologist, Carl Jung, or Jung, however you pronounce it, he's the one that introduced the term synchronicity. And what happened was he tied it to unusual events and maybe gave it a spiritual thing. Then there were other people who said that's bull. And then we go to the theory of large numbers, where if you see enough things, you can tie together whatever you want. And usually, and I'm not putting you down at all, because I have a certain amount of faith, that people of faith tend to try to connect things more than other people. Like Deputy Doc, he'd just say, oh, that's all a coincidence, because he wants to believe there is no synchronicity. And the synchronicity to a lot of people have meaning, and to other people, they don't even notice it because they don't want it to have meaning, or they're not looking for meaning. But synchronicity happens to me all the time, and it's just weird how and then I think what happens is one or two things happen that are a coincidence, one or two, but then that keys me to look for similar things, which then has me looking at stuff to recognize what otherwise I wouldn't recognize. I don't know, but yeah, it can be pretty amazing. More coming right up.
Shannon, do I have a spot at all? I mean, do I have it right now? Okay.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
I passed a undercover cop on Santa Fe, doing 110. So needless to say...
Wait, you were doing 110 or he was?
I was doing 110.
On Santa Fe?
On Santa Fe. This is years ago.
Oh, shit.
That used to be our little highway.
So I pass him, and I mean, when you're doing 110, you're way past him.
Yeah.
And I see the lights hit, and it was one of those Ford Explorers. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I pulled over. By the time he pulled me over, we went from Douglas County to whatever the next county is. So he sat there. He had guns drawn, everything. I had my hands out. They thought it was a stolen car.
Match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
All right, check it out.
A plumbing company that has such great prices and great service, it's going to blow your mind. Here's what to expect. If you're in the Denver metro area and call these guys, Master Rooter Plumbing, they'll come out and give you a free estimate. No trip charge, no hidden charges, a 100% free estimate from a licensed, insured plumber at your house in the Denver metro area. On top of that, if anybody ever tells you you need sewer line replacement or some major work done, these guys will do a free second opinion, and that includes actually scoping and put a camera down there, and they'll show you the video right there, and hopefully you don't need a sewer line. A lot of time on these second opinions, they find out there's other options you can do that cost a lot less, but if you do need sewer line replacement, these guys can beat the competition by up to 50%. Master Rooter Plumbing on our referral list at referrallist.com, or call them at 720-434-3406.
Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine is something I recommend from personal experience. They really have helped me out of pain, and they can help you too. ColoradoPainCare.com, 303-GOT-PAIN. The message is simple. They're people of passion and compassion. They get right to work on whatever's causing your pain to get you out of pain, to get your life back. That's their entire practice, including trigger point injections, spinal cord stimulators, nerve blocks. They have physical therapy at a doctorate level. Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine. It's 303-GOT-PAIN. All major insurance accepted. 303-GOT-PAIN. Do you know one of the most spectacular companies, waterpros.net, is run by a small group, it's Paul the Waterman and his plumbers, and they are experts at the best water systems at the lowest prices. Free test as well. Free water tests. They'll tell you the condition of your water and give you honest-to-God recommendations without fear, without pressure. They're not into that. Waterpros.net. You can get a water fountain at your kitchen for wonderful drinking water for under $1,000 fully installed. Under $1,000. Triple filter reverse osmosis. Doesn't even take electricity. It runs by the running water. State of the art. Waterpros.net for whatever you need. Waterpros.net.
Than hitting the open road in your RV. And nothing's worse than being stuck when something breaks. Don't panic. Call 877-RV-DOCTOR. They'll come to you for repairs. They repair appliances, plumbing, electrical, and really anything on your RV. Fully insured, and they'll work with your insurance and warranty companies. Call 877-RV-DOCTOR. Mention the code HOUSECALLS for 15% off your service call fee.
I think I've ever driven 110 miles an hour.
6286.
I have. Shit, I have. Got a ticket for it, too. Well, me and that I-70 headed back and forth across Kansas. We get some trouble.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans. Credit card balance
It's trouble going across there.
Don't miss out on your chance to save. 303-867-7000 or online, idealhomeloans.com.
It's the most expensive time of the year.
This holiday season, give your family the gift of good health. How you guys doing? Ron Smith, two-time Super Bowl champion, three-time Pro Bowler. Bring your family with the Denver Broncos. You got dumbbells, you got fitness equipment, you got treadmills, you got bikes. You got it in stock right now. My original fitness equipment came from a big box store. Still the space, looked great, but it just wasn't functional. So you know what happened? Didn't get used. The great thing about getting new stuff put in my home, it made me want to use the gym more, and it's got to be the best. And true and tough stuff are the best you can buy. There's nothing more important than your health, so get the equipment that you'll use every single day. You never regret buying products. We have deals everywhere. It's about 36 months, 0% finance. All of our products have incredible warranties. The two of you, rekindle the flame. Service the product. If you ever have a problem, we come and fix it. It's commercial grade equipment made for your home. Fitness Gallery offers the nation's lowest prices for the highest quality equipment. Visit one of our 6 convenient locations today or visit us at fitnessgallery.com.
Guys, 2021's been a roller coaster year. So spoil her this Christmas by giving her the next best thing to wearing nothing at all. With soft, silky, naturally new pajamas, exclusively from Pajamagram, America's PJ experts for nearly 20 years. Sensuous, smooth, naturally new pajamas feel just like her own bare skin. She'll love slipping these on every night because the texture texture and touch of naturally nude pajamas, so soft and luxurious, they'll melt away her stress. She'll love the feeling of wearing next to nothing at all, and you'll love the way they look. Check them out at pajamagram.com. And right now, when you order today, you'll get a great deal. Free gift packaging. That means you don't have to wrap a thing. Get her naturally nude pajamas and get your free gift packaging today before this deal disappears. Just go to pajamagram.com. It's fast, easy, and delivery by Christmas is guaranteed. That's pajamagram.com.
You love technology, you just don't understand it. Luckily, the Tech Stuff podcast can help. Join tech enthusiast Jonathan Strickland as he explores the people, the companies, and the technology that affects our lives and culture. Along the way, you'll learn about all kinds of tech stuff.
Lasers are really fascinating. They're also really complicated. That little dot your cat loves to chase around is possible because of some incredible technology.
Listen to Tech Stuff on the iHeartRadio app or where you get your podcasts.
This is Dave Logan from the law offices of Dan Campos, a serious law firm for serious cases.
It's the Dan Caplis Show.
Afternoons 4 to 6.
Monday at 4. He should have done it a long time ago. He's finally doing it now. Governor Polis declaring the COVID medical emergency is over and hammering the public health officials. Why do you think he's doing it now? COVID has hurt his political health. Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. All right, what's going on with Miles? You have a comment on synchronicity. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll keep it brief. My brother passed away about 7 years ago, and he used to have a Cutlass 442 car that he loved. So every time we look at the clock, and it's 4:42. We always say, "Hi, Jim." So anyway, yeah, no, it's just one of those things. So anyway, 2 years ago, my dad had to go in for emergency open heart surgery. The surgeons told us it's going to be an 8-hour process. So, why don't you go home for a little bit? And so we left, and obviously we were upset. Went to King Soopers, got a few things, and then we looked at the receipt, and the timestamp on the receipt was 4:42. The change that we got back was 4:42.
My gosh.
And the supercard savings was 4:42.
No, that's crazy. That is a crazy. That is exactly what synchronicity is. Seemingly meaningless things all take on a meaning because they happen together. Yep. Hal, you have a comment on that woman falling from the plane. And by the way, we're still solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, but it was such an amazing story. I had to share it. Go ahead, Hal.
Yeah, but I was going to say, you're right on that. Mark may not believe it, but the gal, she, with a terminal velocity, she probably hit that within the first few hundred feet. So it doesn't matter if she was 2,000 feet up or 20,000. It's not like you keep accelerating down because, the air.
I get it. No, I get it.
Yeah. The canopy broke her fall a bit, the canopy and the branches, and then I think she landed on some relatively soft ground. You know how the jungle is there, very soft.
Golly.
So it's very possible. I mean, there was a Russian, a stewardess on a Russian plane that survived the fall. She's got the record, I believe, still at 33,000 feet.
Are you kidding me? What happened to her?
She ended up in the tail of the plane. And so that was the part that kind of remained intact, and she fell somewhere in the mountains, in Russia, I know Siberia or whatever, but, hit the snow, and she survived that, so she got the record on that.
Oh, my goodness. So when she fell, how did she get to civilization?
Probably when the rescue searchers came, found her there is what I imagine. It's been a while since I've read about that one. But, yeah, there's all sorts of weird stuff that happens like that.
I wish there was a book on all of the most unusual survival stories in the world. Wouldn't that be a fun book?
Yeah, that'd be cool. There is some unusual stories. One, I forget, it was in the Caribbean somewhere, and I forget where, but it's not a survival. It's kind of the opposite, because some guy was killed a year to the date. He was riding the same moped that his brother was riding, the year prior that got killed.
Yeah.
And he was killed riding the same moped at the same intersection by the same taxi cab driver, driving the same taxi cab, carrying the same passenger. So figure the odds of that one.
Oh my goodness! I mean,
Yeah.
this is crazy stuff. In fact, I would settle for a great book on synchronicity. Hey, listen, her name was Vesna Volovic. Vesna Volovic. And she was a stewardess, as they say, should say flight attendant, and she fell 33,000 feet. Oh, my goodness. By the way, she died at age 66 by falling off a chair. Just kidding.
Well, now you know I didn't make it up.
But, wow. She was rescued by a woodsman who heard her screaming in the dark. The tail, she was in the tail. She was trapped by a food cart in the plane's tail section as it plummeted toward Earth in freezing temperatures. The tail landed in a heavily wooded, snow-blanketed part of a mountainside, and the snow could have cushioned the impact. Volvic was rescued by a woodsman, Bruno Honky. It was suspected that a bomb was planted inside the jet. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It was a big jet, too. She fell into a coma for 10 days after arriving at the hospital with a fractured skull, crushed vertebrae, broken pelvis, several ribs, and broke both her legs. She said, I was broken and doctors put me back together. No one expected me to live. Wow. Holy crap, she was temporarily paralyzed from the waist down, but then had made a full recovery and returned to work at the airline in a desk job. Can you blame her? She never had a memory of the accident or the rescue. Never. People wanted to talk to her, but she knew nothing about it. Can you imagine? It was completely blanked out.
Well, she probably was unconscious for a little bit because at 33,000 feet.
Yeah, you're right.
You're going to be unconscious almost in 30 seconds because of the lack of oxygen.
Oh my gosh. She just says every now and then if she thinks about it, tears well up, but she doesn't actually remember it. More coming up, 303-713-8255.
Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Westera Credit Union.
And westbound I-70 a bit sluggish between Colorado and Coliseum. And we have a report of some police activity on westbound Fifth Avenue just past Federal, so use some extra caution through there.
The west side is getting to be the wild, wild west these days.
Fox 31 pinpoint weather, plenty of sunshine this afternoon, clouds increasing tonight. The cool off to the low 30s overnight. Mostly cloudy tomorrow for your Tuesday with a high in the low 60s. It's 54 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Jennifer Rose, 630 KM.
Westera Credit Union. Selected as one of the 5 best in-state credit unions in Colorado by Forbes 2 years in a row. More info at westeracu.com. That's westeracu.com.
Do you want to be a hero for the holidays? How about getting your loved one a new iPhone? That's right. Pure Talk has iPhone 12 starting at just $479 through the end of the year. And sure, they have 13s too. Switch to Pure Talk. Great nationwide 5G coverage. Yes, the same coverage as the big guys, but the average family saves over $800 a year. Now that's just smart. There's no need to overpay for Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile. Plus, with Pure Talk's 30-day risk-free guarantee, you've got nothing to lose. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. And like I said, the iPhone 12, just $479. From your cell phone, dial pound 250, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Plus, save on a new phone. That's pound 250, say Jill 50. Pure Talk is simply Smart Wireless. Some restrictions apply. See site for details.
You heard Integra Insurance on my show earlier. Now, that's where you buy health insurance, and we were asking them about alternatives for someone who wants to retire early before Medicare. You can ask them about anything. Open enrollment is when you are allowed to buy health insurance under our system unless you have what's called a life-changing event. Please call Integra. Here's something you need to know, okay? This is important. You will not get it cheaper going direct. If anything, you're going to end up paying more because you don't know how to go through these systems. 303-466-5500. IntegraInsurance.com. 303-466-5500. Mile High Estate Planning is now BlakeHarrisLaw.com. Blake Harris Law is someone that you need on your side to plan your estate, whether it be a simple will or possibly a trust or a combination thereof, maybe a beneficiary's deed. Here's the great part about Blake Harris. You can ask him anything you want and get free legal advice. That's right. 833-ASK-BLAKE. He'll answer you, and then if you decide to hire him, no obligation, he will do flat rates for whatever he does for you. It's smart money. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. Protect your assets, protect them from lawsuits, creditors, protect your children or your heirs. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. You've heard me talk about Become the Banker, an investment strategy for tax-free savings. It's true. There are some things you have to do to make it work. It's not very difficult. It's a tax-free account that you borrow from, but you have to pay it back, and you pay yourself back with interest during your life. That's why they say become the banker. You're the banker. But isn't that fun? You're paying yourself interest rather than someone else, and then that fund grows to a point where you use it in retirement and never pay tax. For more information, becomethebanker.org or call 303-779-6600. 303-779-6600. At a time where you can pick mortgages, pick one that meets your needs. Affordable Interest Mortgage has many options. They have the conventional, they have the FHA, the VA, with low money down, no money down. They also have jumbo loans. They also have the fix-up loan, where you can estimate what it will cost to fix up your home, build that into the loan. You get an appraisal as if the house has already been fixed up, so you get the benefit of getting extra money in the loan. They escrow it, and you fix up your house. The fix-up loan, AImortgage.net. There's also something called the liquid loan. That's a line of credit for 30 years, simple interest only. It's tied to a checking account. You write a check on your equity. That's what you do, man. Just write a check. And the good part is you can even put more money in that checking account to buy your mortgage balance down, and you pay less interest. It's all up to you with the liquid loan. AImortgage.net. That's AImortgage.net, 720-895-0500. So many people.
I'm meeting with Kurt after the show on Wednesday to get my liquid loan set up.
Oh, man, that's going to be good for you.
My new place.
That's excellent for you. Because you don't need the money.
Right.
Yeah, I'm such a big believer in that. That is one of the best financial products.
You would have missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard, he got more cash at closing. Rudy's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started is easy. You go online and enter your address at orchard.com. Takes just a couple minutes and lets you skip home listing hassles. If you're thinking about selling or just curious what Orchard will pay for your home, get a no-cost, no-obligation offer at orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
Hey, this is Dan Caplis. Thanks for listening to Denver's Talk Station. Join me today at 4, and it's as easy as saying, Alexa, play 630 KL.
Denver's Talk Station, available on over 2,000 devices.
Hi, Tom Martino. Your troubleshooter. Oh, I get it. Free falling. I get it. Very, very funny. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, now, we have Any follow-ups, Deputy Doc? I want to make sure that you got everything.
Yeah, we got the contract. I left a message with that contractor about the $1,000.
Okay, now, by the way, Lisa called about living in an apartment complex, and her mom living in an apartment complex with her stickers being ripped off and mangled and whatever, not used. So her car's being towed. You can get, first of all, to keep your license plates from being stolen, we've learned, of course, there are special screws that don't take a regular screwdriver. In fact, it's not even a ratchet. It's a very special screw. It's weird. You need a special tool, and it just slows people down. I also recommend covering the license plates, although I'm told you get a ticket for putting plexi over it. That keeps them from stealing the stickers. Some people say what they do is put the sticker on the bare metal of the license plate, and then they cut with a fine knife, an X-Acto knife or something, some hashtags, just big, like big tic-tac-toe over and over, and that keeps them from messing with that sticker, because as soon as they try, it comes off in pieces. We also had a warning about Barron Construction and Enrique Barron. Okay, this is bad news. You left a message for him, right? The guy put down $1,000. Enrique has ghosted him. 720-838. Is that 9152?
Yes, and it goes right to voicemail.
Yeah, we think this guy's a clown, and we have a feeling that he's a ripoff. So beware of that. And this is a possible sleaze brigade, Deputy Doc, so make sure we know about that. So it looks like he's not even answering his phone anymore, and he's screening him. And if you told him it's about us, maybe he won't call back, but we'll see. And then we'll call the consumer and see if he can get us a picture or knows maybe his Facebook or something.
Well, it's a she. It's Sue Clark. She gave us her last name.
I'm talking about to see. Oh, wait, yeah. Sue. Oh, she gave us her last name. Okay.
And then she did have the job completed. It cost $2,000 to have some French doors installed, and she just wants her money back.
Okay. Yeah, if she can get it, and I think she should. Then Luba said she bought a car. She wanted this warranty to work. Listen, people, when you buy a used car, and when people say, oh, it's perfect, if they say that, make them put it down in writing. Although, don't even do that, because no car is going to be perfect. Then Catherine with Hand and Stone she said she got tricked into a monthly membership, and she put a freeze on it, which took out 3 months. But then it went back in again. Please beware of these monthly things. They're very, very tricky. It almost never pays to be part of a monthly thing, maybe for a health club, but not for these cosmetic things or these massages. It's just high risk. Okay, we're done. Don't forget, when we're not here, you can call 303-MARTINO. And you can call that 24/7. Make sure you leave a phone number, and we'll help. And certainly pass that around. That if anyone needs help, they can get it at 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. And don't forget referralist.com, and also my latest magazines at 303consumer.com.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. Leland Conway is next on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Suffering from knee or back pain? Time to take back control of your